ready to play. Let's do this.
All right, where we left off, I'll go ahead and load the scene now.
The Human
Fox,
Torch.
Fox, you got it loaded. Everything loaded up fine for you, right? Once you came back.
Yeah.
Forgot what in this fucking crazy light show.
Oh, Sako, I put your character on the map here. You're just invisible, so don't bother trying to move yourself or anything else. I just put you on here so that you're not bored and waiting for them to get up to where you're at, if that makes sense. That way you can still see stuff. All right, so you can at least still see what's going on and everything. You're welcome to actually move yourself around if you want to. Just that's basically just so that you can see what's going on here. So where we left off, you guys are all still standing in the burial prison, essentially at Tahakapan, about 15 minutes or so after dispersing the spirit of the Iskall Lord Atabai. I will tell you that so it's where you guys are standing, Arteme, you can see the remnants of the ghost lights that are left from the spirit that Norak had just cut in half, and it is already starting to stitch back together. Slowly, but it is starting to do so. In fact, Arteme, give me an Arcana check.
At least we have his fucking sword.
That's true. It's slow, but you guess based on having seen the other spirits destroyed, who you estimated would have been about 24 hours, that this one may only take maybe 2 hours before he'll be back.
Is she the only one that can see it?
She's the only one that can see it. Whether she says something or not, it's up to her.
Yeah, I definitely would. Okay.
So what do we do with that? Should we get rid of that thing somehow? What is it? What does it look like?
Imagine ghostly lights that are kind of semi-solid laying on the floor, and they're starting to kind of slowly move back together.
Does anyone have like a
Terminator
box?
2?
Does anyone have
Terminator
like
2 of the metals going back together?
Like a strong box they could put it into? Do you think that would hold it, or is it like can you like put your is it malleable like a physical object, or is it like you just pass right through it?
I mean, if you're going to go over and check.
No, I'm going to stab it with my sword. I'm not going to touch it with my.
All right, then you make your way over to where the body is over here and poke at it with your elven sword, and it passes right through. It does not appear to be solid.
Maybe does it move at all? Like, can I push it? Like
it doesn't react at all to your sword jabbing, but it continues kind of slowly, just kind of inching back towards the center, essentially.
Guys.
You have a while. By Arteme's description, you expect she rolled really well, so it'll probably take a couple hours or so before it's, fully coalesced again.
Do you guys have any idea of how to get rid of that thing?
Nope.
Yeah, it doesn't move when I stab it with my sword or anything. I don't know. I was thinking maybe we could blow it down the hallway with like a straw or something, but I'm scared to touch it. So are we just continuing?
Yeah, and also how long did that fight take?
Not long at all. The fight was probably 18 seconds.
Okay, so
he was still wounded from the previous fight, and pulling the curtain back a little bit, what Justin had originally been afraid of is that all of these bodies here were going to have spirits in them. That's all right. I don't want to ruin the the mystery of how DMing works, but there's no way you guys would have survived had I done the encounter as originally planned, and it would have taken far too long. So I didn't have him necessarily use all the features that he had. So, but anyways, yeah.
I pretty much assumed something. I'm like,
yeah, it went a lot faster than it was originally going to, is what I'm saying.
So,
okay.
So guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm very, very exhausted. Like I can literally cast one really strong spell and one just weak spell, and then the rest I'm shooting a crossbow from 40 feet away, pinging off nothing. So I can do one thing, and it's a maybe. Do I still have that little Trixie whatever flying around my head?
Yeah.
So I can maybe make, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, maybe make all of us invisible. Maybe for like 10 minutes, but we can't do spells or attack, but maybe we can create a diversion, and then Norak can try to just wrench that item away, and we can just get out from that one main guy's, the Tyrant's lair. If it comes to it, what do you think?
Fine by me.
I mean, we could try to fight it. I just don't know. The problem is also, if I try to do that and I fail because of this little fucker flying around my head, then I'm out. I'm gone with my spells.
I have one potion of invisibility.
Becky, I sent you a whisper too.
Work for one person.
I sent you a whisper too, Becky.
I think if anyone's going to be invisible, we should make it Norok. And we should just have him first try to steal the item, because he can run fast, he can break through. He's a blocker, so we can use him to get through the lines. Should we be walking while we're talking, guys, or do you want to look around?
Let's keep walking.
Thank you. I'm glad someone appreciate it. You guys want me? I can't see in the dark. I don't know if I mentioned this, but if anyone else who can wants to go in front of me, because
Is still the daylight spell up?
I'm going to point something out to you guys real quick, just the settings-wise, that'll make it probably less messy for you. Everybody hit the gear in the top right corner. And then go to Configure Settings. And then go to Module Settings, which is the far right tab at the top. Go to the About Face module there. And leave the first box checked where it says Enable About Face on this scene. But where it says Enable Token Indicators, change that to Never Show. And then hit Save Changes.
You're talking about the little arrows?
Yeah, those stupid arrows. The module, I guess they turn that on by default, I'm not sure. But turn that, set it to Never Show and then hit Save Changes. And that way the stupid arrows don't point out. If you want them on, go right ahead. It just does make the scene very noisy is all. So if they get in your way, you can turn it off that way. Yeah.
Alright, guys. Let's go get this artifact and get your friends better so we can do whatever the hell else we're supposed to do.
Okay, you guys heading out towards the doorway then?
Yep.
Keeping an eye on everything for traps. Actually, maybe I don't have no fucking. I can't see in here. Someone look for traps, and I'm gonna hide behind Norok.
Back on his leg again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can see in the dark.
Hello,
I'm
sick.
not the best person to do it.
Your perception's not bad, is it, Becky?
It's 0.
Mine's only 1.
I'll do it. I'll look for traps. Not with that roll.
Artemis has her light on. Well, actually, you still rolled really well. Well, for your modifier, you still rolled real well. She has her light on anyway, so you guys can actually see around you right now. Plus,
I have daylight for an hour until yeah.
All right. Are we? Does this map continue? Should we continue?
So up through the doorway, and then which is where the where Autobai was with the sword that was on the ground. Norok, you grabbing the sword, throwing it on your back then?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not attuned yet, so keep that in mind. It doesn't have those functions until you attune it. So just keep that in mind too. You can still use it as a weapon. It just doesn't have the special features until then.
I'm also saying, guys, if we find a room and it only has one entrance, we should just make that treehouse and block off the area, and then maybe get 8 hours rest. And even if it comes out, I mean, I don't know. Wait, we don't have to. I'm just so tired.
All right, you guys heading upstairs then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right, then you pass through the stone slab door. Now remember, I'm going to describe this to you again. The mirrors that you would set up to reflect this light out through the doorway, it hit the lens in the doorway, and the slab door lowered down into the ground. As soon as it did, the rainbow of light is still passing through where the doorway had been and into a lens on the far wall. So Pogo, onto your right. In fact, I'll just put a little. Yeah, there's a lens. There's a lens on the wall right. I clicked the wrong thing to draw. There's a lens on the wall right over here.
So
it's not that big.
If we remove that lens, guys, the door will close. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, the light. So the lens is in the wall, the same way that the lens was inset into the door. But right now, the rainbow light is hitting that lens, and the door is staying open. Presumably, is what's happening right now. In fact, I'll go ahead and say that as Norok kind of passes through it, and a shoulder blocks a little bit of the light for a moment, the door starts to shimmer just a little bit, starts to move, and then as soon as he steps out of it, it kind of relowers back to where it was. It
So
doesn't
do we
move
want
fast,
to-
but it does seem like the light hitting that lens is what's preventing the door from closing.
Guys, I think we should probably close it because we don't know where that one guy went and if he's going to come back up here. What do you guys think? I mean, we might also trap ourselves.
Yeah, but at least then we know nobody's coming in behind us either.
That's true.
Do you want to take a quick peek? Well, you don't have to load the next scene or anything, but like, do you want to take a quick peek up these stairs and see what's up there to know if we have maybe another way out?
Sure. I will put my hand on Pogo's shoulder and send Noctua up.
Okay.
The thing with her eyes.
Okay. Then you guys can't really see much, but the kind of shadowy, translucent form of Sarah's eyes go a very creepy white behind this kind of constant shifting form of shadowy shapes. And Sarah, your owl flies up to the top of the steps. It's actually not a very long staircase. It only goes up, probably 15, 20 feet further from where you guys see right now. And at the top of the steps, it levels
While you're
out.
in your bird mode, look out for anything that might, murder us.
Well, she can't hear you, but I'll say that since it's just a straight shot.
She can't hear me. Then I'm gonna smell her arm and be like, "You smell fantastic."
Oh, so creepy. The rest of you are standing around seeing Pogo smelling Sarah's arm, by the way. But anyways.
What she does, guys? Have you smelled her?
I'm just gonna shake my head at him.
She's got great smelling skin.
Arms.
Is that weird?
I'd say it's extra weird because she's surrounded by Sorcanal right now. She's just a shadowy, like ghostly, demony form. So it's extra weird instead of
Pogo's into that.
what's her name? Fucking Noctua flies up to the top of the steps, sees it level out into a relatively small room compared, for the size of this place. It's essentially a hallway that goes ahead another 30 or 40 feet or so. A small alcove on the left and another stone slab door on the right, and there's a lens in that door.
Right, and I'm just explaining it to them as I see it.
Okay.
So is there
Okay.
like some more light? Oh wait, you can't hear me. Just kidding.
Is there anything else out there other than just the lens and a door?
So there's the slab door on the right, an alcove on the left, and in the alcove are two more mirrors. It looks like two more of those bowls, those like beaten steel bowls that you guys have been using to reflect the light down here.
All right, I'm gonna drop out of Noctua and be. I'm assuming we have to get this light up there.
Well, so if we gotta get this light up there, then we can't use the bowl here. Because if we did, then it would block it from that, and then the door would close, and then we'd lose our light. So there must be something we can light up there. That would be the only... You know what I'm saying? Because if we use the bowl in front of this light, it's going to block it from that glass piece, and then the door will close, and then we'll lose the light, so there's no point in doing that.
All right, I'm just gonna go walk up the stairs.
All right,
Okay.
is everyone on this side of the door?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go grab the piece out of the wall.
The piece? What do you mean? You mean the lens? It's inset.
The lens.
It's
Oh,
in
it's
the wall.
inset. It's
Yeah.
not removable.
Nope.
Oh, fuck it then. Yeah, let's go up. I'm still
No,
just
I'll
thinking about whether or not I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Wait,
no,
wait. But we could... fuck it. He'll probably just move him back anyways. Yeah, nope. Don't care.
Okay.
We can just have Norok stand in front of it until it's closed.
But then it'll just open right back up again. And I don't want Norok staying down here while we go up there. He's basically the only reason I haven't been murdered at least 7 times.
Well, if I stand here until the door comes up enough, then the door will start blocking the light.
No,
There's
that's...
not a hole in the door, right?
Well,
But
that's
it'll
how
hit
it
the
worked
lens
originally.
of the door. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The way that you guys opened the door originally was hitting the lens that was in the door.
Ah, yes.
I mean, if you want, you could just smash the shit out of it with your axe. But I'm kind of
Well, who
scared
knows?
we might not be able to get out.
Yeah, probably shouldn't do that.
Does anyone have super glue? If we could always put it back together.
Nope.
All right.
I'm
No.
gonna go ahead and load the next floor for you
Sounds
guys. Then, Norok, I'm gonna tell you that. Oh shit! Don't.
Closing my eyes.
Well, that's it. I forgot to turn the darkness back down. So.
Oh, I was super zoomed in. I just saw literally 10 feet in front of us.
Yeah. There you go. Thanks, Fox. She fixed the octagon or octagon.
It was very, very much driving me crazy, so I had to do something. Just forgot to post it.
No, you're fine.
Did you notice your octagon has 10 sides, though? Made you
Huh?
count.
It's like, what are you talking about? Like, that's definitely an octagon.
I just,
Yeah,
it's
I
crazy how many
used
people
I
look
used
at it.
draw instead of paint this time.
All right. Sako, what she's talking about is that usually, like, if we need to, put notes or something. Well, I guess you saw, when we were in balance too. But when they're figuring things out, doing puzzles and shit like that, oftentimes they'll throw it in the Embers chat in Discord. So during game, it's good to have that one up too, just if they need to drop stuff in there. But there was a numbering system that they were using, and that's what she was referring to. So that don't worry that doesn't make any sense to you yet. So up the stairs, the room very well illuminated by Artemis' daylight spell. You come to the top of the stairs and see essentially what Noctua, or what Sarah had described through Noctua. There's a slab door on the right that is sealed. There's a lens in the door, an alcove on the left with a couple of mirrors, the bowl-shaped mirrors. That appears to be it. There's a statue on the far side.
All right, so maybe you got to find some of those fire things like we had before. I mean, we can maybe move one down to the bottom. I just don't think that's how it's going to work right. Well, no, because it'll still shine through the door. Yeah, I guess we could put one down at the bottom if we needed to. If you think
So
about
is
it.
this over here a slab door?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to go move one of the mirrors back down to the bottom because I just now realized I was wrong before. So Pogo, no, he's not because now he can't see it. Oh wait, no, he's got light down in the thing coming from the thing. So he's gonna go grab one of the doors and he's gonna go and move it and he's going to adjust it so it basically angles up the stairway and at an angle so that it comes back into this room. Oh, but then it's gonna be hitting the fucking ceiling.
Here you go.
All right.
Okay, so anything about the statue?
It is one of the larger style ones that you'd seen below, but nothing stands out as unique or special. It seems more decoration.
I'll help move one of the mirrors.
Okay. So Pogo drags one of them very noisily, clang, 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 as it hits every step because he can't carry it; it's too heavy. So he's just hitting every step on the way down, clanging against the stone stairs as he makes it to the bottom, and then awkwardly sets it up, reflecting the light upwards up the stairs here. I'll just for simplicity's sake for Pogo because you're trying to make it low, I assume, to not hit the ceiling, right?
I'm trying to. In my brain, I can't figure out how, but I'm sure I would.
We'll just for simplicity's sake, the stairs are made for much larger folk than little halflings, let's say, and so they are long and shallow, basically.
Cool.
So, like I said, the stairs don't go up very far. You're able to kind of angle it as low as you can to still be, kind of touching the floor almost when it gets up to the top.
I like to think of it like when you try to when you're a kid, you try to move one of those super heavy steel. Like chairs, like outdoor chairs. There's like,
yeah, kind of like that. Yeah,
it's dragging it against.
So there's still the second mirror is still up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and angle it towards the door.
Okay. All right.
Except I can't get the angle right with like them moving the token, so.
Do I hear anything coming from any of these pots?
Well, funny you should say that, because as soon as you guys go to align, as soon as Artemis starts to drag the other mirror to align it, not only do you guys hear this noise, but you feel the ground in the temple shaking. As I'm going to go ahead and tell you that what it feels like is, and you're certain of this, is that another slab door is opening somewhere. And it's not far from here. Basically, it sounds like it's just coming from the south. But the whole temple is like shaking a little bit. There's dust falling off the walls. Nazim, the door that was in front of you has just opened, and the stuff we discussed earlier has just happened. So just
did the door in front of us not open, or it did?
So you feel that. I'll
feel
give you a
door
moment to
open,
pause.
but it's not the one that we.
It's not the until Artemis lines the mirror up and the light immediately hits the door in front of you, and then that door starts to move as well.
Did you guys feel something weird? Something just happened?
You all would have certainly felt like there's really no way around it. You all would have it's certainly well below passive.
Right.
Probably
The door and
just should we give Norok that potion?
Well, we just need to be careful. That might be accurate, guys. We're not going to be able to hear him or see him, remember?
Well, he could be in this. Ekrid, are you in this room? I'm sorry. Are you here?
I'm sorry that we plotted to kill you by fucking thunder waving you off of a bridge 80 feet in the air.
We weren't plotting to kill you. We weren't plotting to kill you. We just weren't sure if we trusted you, so we were thinking about tying you up outside and leaving you in the nice sun just for a while until we were sure.
Yeah, I'll give Norok the potion of invisibility if he decides he wants to take it.
Okay.
Just know that if you attack, you will no longer be invisible.
Yeah, remember,
Okay.
our first plan is going to be to try to just get that thing back.
Yeah.
And then we can attack if we need to, but we will just stay by the door and try to create a diversion for you, and we'll attack him, and maybe it'll be sleeping. Maybe it'll just be sitting there, and you can just sneak your giant invisible ass up there.
So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you then. So Nazim, the door in front of you has opened, and the stuff we discussed earlier has happened. So you are technically in the scene at this point. It's up to you on how you're on the far side if you want to if that makes sense. And Sako, do you see yourself?
On the left-hand side?
Scroll down, and you're at the bottom.
Yes, I see myself.
Okay, so if you click on your token there, don't just move around randomly, but if you click on your token, you'll be able to use the arrow keys to move yourself around, and you can go through the door and so on. Just basically hold tight there for a second anyways while we finish this portion of it here, but you are active at this point. But for everyone else there, Norok, Sarah hands you the potion. Are you drinking it or just holding on to it for now?
Just holding on to it.
What do we see through this door?
Okay,
Yeah.
then in that case, then the as this door is lowering, it continues on its way, but as soon as it gets about halfway down, the light from below disappears. The rainbow light that was coming up from your reflected light, because presumably the door below you is raising back up and closing and blocking it off. So once that is done, it seems that this door continues to lower down, but as soon as it hits the bottom, it starts to raise back up. Just like the other doors, the self-sealing doors. I'll tell you that through the doorway, you see gargantuan bones. This is clearly the body of
we would recognize that it's the Trask or whatever.
It's the body of the matron, yeah,
so,
the tyrant.
I would, as soon as I saw that with the thing going down, I would tell Norok to take the potion. Take the potion right now. Stay out of sight, don't let it see you. I don't know what it is, but take the potion.
I'm going to take the potion, look for if I can see the item, and then use a dash command to run.
Okay.
And then
as quickly as I can to try to retrieve it.
I'm going to try to, as soon as it starts opening, I'm going to just try to sneakily walk up around on the edge and try to get up into this area and see if I can find a place to hide.
Inside the room, because the door is closing.
Inside the room, yeah, inside the room.
Okay.
And then Arteme, are you coming?
Fox, are you going to move yourself? Are you going to come in the room?
Yeah.
As soon as I walk through, I'm using the Pearl of Power to give myself a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay. All right, you step into the room. I'm going to tell you guys that you immediately feel and can smell the outside. This chamber has clearly been sealed for millennia, many thousands of years, over 100,000 years at the very least. Not that you would be able to tell by the smell of the dust, but you are smelling. You know that obviously there's wind and air being sucked out through this room because the door on the other side is also open. Although you can't see it because the skeleton is just huge.
I'm immediately looking for the item that we came here for.
Okay, so the giant skeleton that's there. There's kind of an altar in the center of the room, and there's a very dim glowing light. And also, guys, I didn't do this on purpose. The altar is literally right where, let's say, its reproductive organs would be, and that was not on purpose. It's just the shape of the skeleton. That's how it fit. But there is kind of a dim glowing light there, and sitting on the kind of altar in front of it, between what would be its thigh bones, essentially, is there is a small glowing object.
Norok, go get the thing. Go get it in the middle. It's right by its wiener.
Well, I mean, it was a female, but...
Well, I was going to say, they said matron, so I'm guessing it's the opposite. It's an innie, not an outie.
You see a door open on the other side?
Actually, when Norok climbs, he's not quite tall enough to be able to see it, but Norok climbing up the altar, you can see that there's natural light coming in from the opposite side, yes.
Okay.
Well, give me a perception check on Sarah.
I'm gonna...
with disadvantage, in fact, actually, Sarah.
I would start running towards the south to get away from what I assume is its head. I would immediately be like, nope, trying to sit by its fucking feet.
Not near its mouth?
Well, it's going to be hard for me. I'm going to have to literally climb over this fucker's bones.
Yeah, so I mean, you haven't. It looks like the tail is on the other side. You were near its head, obviously, and that would be
I'd
difficult
stay
to get
away
through.
from that.
Yeah, so you are moving towards its tail instead. All right, then in that case, Sarah, you, as Norok is climbing up the altar there, and towards this glowing object, he's kind of actually even obstructing some of the kind of dim glow that's coming from the
He's
from up
invisible.
there.
Yeah,
That's true, and I never really
not
thought
really
about whether
obstructing.
light passes through. Yeah, the light. I guess the light still
Good
has to
question.
pass through. That's fair.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd be pretty
Yeah.
obvious. What's
Yeah.
this large black object in this side? In a humanoid form.
All right, so with that, as Norok is not obstructing the light because he's invisible, he's climbing up the stairs there. Sarah, you feel what feels like an elbow slam up against your throat and push you forward away from the wall, and you hear a whisper in your ear, clearly Ekrid's voice. If you move, I'm plunging this through your heart.
Okay. Hey guys, I found Ekrid.
Huh?
Technically, that would be an attack. Him grabbing onto you like that. He's essentially grappled you, and he's got you pinned. And he's anybody that spins around, he's right behind Pogo. If you spin around and you see Ekrid with an elbow around her throat, not choking her, but holding her, keeping her from being able to move, with his right hand around in front of her and a knife over her chest, like the dagger tip is. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you that, Sarah, if you look down and see the dagger there, it's clearly dripping with some kind of poison.
That's fun. All right, well, how about we get this thing and then get out of here, and then we'll figure out what you want to do, Ekrid, okay?
I don't think so. Big guy, you bring that over to me now, or she's not going to survive this. Oh shit! Sorry, he can't see. Nor well, you know what he did. He saw the object lift up, and obviously is familiar with the invisible items or invisible. Since he was just invisible himself, I'd say that he would gather that below the passive, anyways. Yeah, that you're not there, and he did see the object lift off of the altar, and is now.
I'm going to put my hands up and just back away from Ekrid, so like it looks like I'm, not a threat.
Okay.
I'm just gonna move.
For everybody, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that certainly this would be easy to see. Imagine yourselves in a stick-up situation at a bank or something like that. The knife that is over her heart like that, it will be an automatic critical, and I'll go ahead and tell you based on your assessments of having fought next to him for a short while, he's a rogue. It'll be a sneak attack and an automatic critical.
Right.
That's fine. While they're having this conversation, I'm going to Misty step 30 feet away.
Okay.
And use that level spell slot I
And I'm going to hit him with my stick first. As soon as she moves, I'm going to hit him with my stick.
I was just going to say, as soon as she moves, I'm going to hit him with my Bardic Green Lash.
Okay. All right. Sarah, go ahead and hit Misty Step. All right, it is verbal. As soon as you begin to, because it's a verbal incantation, you have to speak it out loud, and the moment that you start to speak, he plunges the knife in through your chest.
Can I use my one of my my feature, my cutting words on him?
It's pretty much an automatic hit. I mean, he's literally got her pinned like that. It was a 25, but he's going to get it off either way from her trying to cast and get away. But all of your guys' held actions, you will of course be able to immediately use. So
vicious mockery for me.
Well, hold on, guys. Let me roll this first to see if she is unconscious from the attack.
Oh, my hit points aren't what they used to be either.
Oh, it's true. You are well. It's a 52.
Shit, I'm down.
52 from the sneak attack, not counting the poison and the dagger. That's enough to take you unconscious then.
Yeah, I only had 42.
All right.
Because of the goats.
Well, then you all spinning and seeing this and trying to react in this panic of a moment, you see Ekrid plunge the knife into Sarah's chest. This kind of shadowy form. The knife's still sticking out. She falls forward. He immediately just lets her fall and reaches down and grabs the short sword and pulls it free.
Okay. Well,
using my all right. We'll go ahead. We'll start with the vicious mockery then. Did you already click it? There it is. Okay.
No.
All right. DC 17. What are you saying to him?
Yeah, we should have just pushed you off the cliff when we were talking about it. We took too long to murder him. We'll murder everyone from now on.
But I forgave you, Pogo. But I forgave you. You said that it wasn't on purpose.
I think. Oh, yeah, I get it. Okay.
6 damage. He did not save, so all right.
Yes, he has his disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay. All right. Then Ben, was it 3? Was it just a single charge you used then?
I had 3 charges left, so I just threw all 3 of them because it's a D4 for each one, correct?
Yeah,
when I hit
and you rolled 3 ones. Yeah, no, you did it right. It was just literally only you rolled 3 ones. You're rolling like Fox today.
Make sure to hold on to that thing. He's gonna fucking try to get it.
I got it.
Okay. Norak is still holding that, but pulls out the wand, sends out 3 magic missiles towards him. Pogo's vicious mockery, and Sarah, Arteme, rather, you're using your braided green lash to smack him.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you trying to pull him or anything, or just hit
Try
him?
to hold on to him.
Yeah. Well, I can technically pull him forward to try and knock him off balance, but I wouldn't want to pull him too far.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you then. Your braided green lash is shivering again. It'll still function as a weapon, but the special effects of it, just like because remember you guys are inside.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna use my thorn whip then instead.
Okay, that's fine. Let's say that you reach down, try to grab the braided green lash, and feel that it's still shivering, so use thorn whip instead. So go ahead and cast thorn whip. Well, actually, we'll go ahead and use the d20 from it because you rolled decent enough, anyways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that hits. Go ahead and roll the damage. All right, and that one you can still pull, so you can't trip him, but you can pull him if you want.
I didn't mean to re-click that.
You're fine. All right, 8 damage.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll move backwards as I do it though.
Okay.
Real
All
quick,
right, then
Does it look like this giant thing is moving at all, or is it still
No,
just
it's not
bones?
moving. It's literally just bones. Although there is a glow, in the kind of between the rib cage, in the middle of the. Well, there's a dim glow in between the rib cage.
Okay.
That kind of ghostly glow that you'd seen. All right, then go ahead. Everybody, give me initiative. And Nazim, would Nazim have done anything while, like, you would have heard all of this commotion and shouting? Sako.
Yeah, I'm just kind of listening to what's going on in there.
Okay.
It says there's currently no combat to be able to
Yeah,
go
I
into.
hadn't started it yet. Sorry.
We got to be
Do that
more
now.
patient. Patience.
There you go. All right, everybody can click your initiative roll. Sarah, go ahead and roll yours too, even though you're unconscious at the moment.
Alright, Shadow Form would have dropped.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it drops if you go unconscious. You want to click it just in case? Click your shadow skin just in case?
Yeah, it's not giving me... Yeah. Did I roll initiative already?
Yeah, you got it. You got a 10.
All very low initiatives. By the way, Sako, if you're curious, you can bring that up by right-clicking the little fist icon in the top right-hand corner. You can see the combat tracker.
Yeah, that would have been helpful if I had told him that, huh? Thanks.
I like to pop mine out and leave it on another window.
Yep. All right, so I had forgotten to mention that for you, too. Sako, what you're going to do is right-click on your token. And I'm going to tell you, too,
Yep.
I'm sending you a message here.
Okay.
Take your time.
There you go. All right. So right-click on your token, Sako.
Okay, got it.
And then the bottom right corner, you'll see a little sword and shields icon.
Got it.
Click on that,
Got it.
and that puts you into the combat tracker. So now, in the top right corner, where that bar is,
Yep.
the second one in, the one that looks like a fist. Turn the music down a little bit.
Fist, got it.
Yep. So click on the fist. Right-click it rather. And if you right-click it, it'll pop the window out, and that's your combat tracker. So you can kind of move that around or put it on a different window, whatever you want to do.
Gotcha.
And then in the combat tracker, you'll see, if you scroll down, you'll see that there's a D20 by your name.
Mm-hmm.
Click that, and that'll roll initiative for you. There you go. And that puts you in the initiative order. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, though, that while all that was happening, you did have about probably at least one round's worth of thing, like they were all kind of acting when that happened. So would Nazim have moved in or done anything else yet?
I'm going to peek in real quick and just kind of survey the land a little bit.
Okay. All right. So coming in over the, around the back of the skeleton, then you see these giant spines and the skeletal tail, and then peeking in over that, you see it is brightly lit inside here. Despite there's light coming in from the ceiling too. By the way, guys, there's like a skylight essentially in the ceiling, and there's light coming in from there too in this room. But anyways, you see a small halfling female laying on the ground flat with a pool of blood growing around her. Another kind of foppish looking halfling nearby, and an elf in the middle.
Pronounced sexy wrong.
And there's a male elf standing in the middle that you gather must have been the one that you had sensed nearby. Make sense?
Okay, that's Norak is the elf.
No, so Ekrid in the middle there is the elf that walked by when you were up here. And then Norok is a Goliath. He's like a half giant called a Yogg.
But he's still invisible, I think.
But he's invisible. Yeah, you can't see him yet. Yeah.
No, he used the stars.
Oh, if he used the...
Oh, shit, he did.
Yeah,
Never mind. Yep. I gotta get better at that. I always forget those things.
It wouldn't take the effect off for some reason. It's still showing me in shadow form.
Oh, I can turn that off for you. Yeah, I didn't build that into your guys' macros yet to disable the effects yet. So, there you go. All right, then with that, so Nazim coming in, that's what you see so far. I would say that none of you even really have a chance to notice him at this point. One, because nobody's facing that way, and two, because with everything going on, you wouldn't notice a creepy guy hiding in the corner yet. All right, it is Artemis' turn.
We've got to take care of that guy first. We can help Sarah in a moment.
I'm gonna use magic stones.
Okay.
Because the ones that I gave Pogo would have expired by now, I think.
Really?
I think they last 24 hours, don't they? It's a long time, I thought.
Yeah. That's what
Okay.
I could be wrong.
They last a little while.
But it doesn't matter. You can still... Yeah.
Yeah.
But creating them, do you get to make an attack when you create them, or do you just create them and then later on can make an attack? Go ahead and click it. Just don't consume the spell slot, and let's see.
It's a cantrip, so there is no spell slot.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Then,
I'm trying to save my slots to save Sarah, damn it!
Let's see. On a hit, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you don't get to make an attack at the same time as you cast it. So when you cast it, it creates the stones, but it would take another... It's a bonus action. So you still, basically, bonus action to create the stones, and then you can use an action to throw them, or something else if you're trying to.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. All right. It is 60 feet for thrown and spellcasting ability modifier. 1d6 plus spellcasting. Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20. I'll put an attack in there. I'll change the coding for Magic Stone so that it'll have the attack roll in there for you in the future. But for now, just roll a d20. And your modifier for your spells is +4, so +7. So with a 16, that does hit. You reaching into your pocket, pulling out just a handful of small stones in there. You separate one of them while casting the magic stone and launch it at his face, easily just pelting him right in the side, like smack into a cheekbone. Doing 1d6 plus for you is 7 more, right? So roll a d6, Fox. Hey, Fox is rolling really good today.
For once.
Yeah. Okay. Shit. He's actually he's not quite bloody, but he's already from the mockery, from the stick of stars, and then from the magic stone. Mm-hmm. He is showing an injury already. That if your turn, that was action, bonus action.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move backwards because he's still not with it.
Okay. Go ahead and move yourself, and that brings us to Norok.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
Murder him, big guy.
That's right. I'm gonna smash this dude up.
He rolled awful on his initiative. He's way low. Yeah, like
you gotta make sure he doesn't. Don't let him turn invisible.
I'm going to, since I don't have the Sword of Tune, I'm just going to use Vulcanbreaker, and okay. I'm not going to use Great Weapon Master because obviously Norok realizes how fast this guy is. It would be very obvious. So, okay. Just a standard hit.
All right. With a natural 20.
Motherfucker.
Oh, well, fuck. That might ruin this.
Bye, loser.
Especially with your brutal criticals, too. He's still alive.
Well, I got a second hit.
Kind of leaping. I would say that this isn't even running down, but you kind of step off with one foot and then right foot jump, like leaping off of the thigh bone that is just to the right of the altar, and just flying through the air, bringing the axe down towards his face. He dodges out of the way just in time, but the axe still buries deep into the shoulder, nearly cutting off his left arm at the shoulder there. You land, kind of pushing it backwards, just with the force of the land knocking him to there. Still your turn. And that'll hit as well.
Bye-bye, idiot.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. Sorry.
You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. You kind of knocking him backwards. He kind of spins and throws out his other arm, not realizing that he doesn't have the support on it. His blood is pouring from the wound. He collapses onto it, not able to hold himself up. You bring the axe back down into trying almost in the same spot, nearly severing the arm. He's moving a little bit, but he's clearly in extremely bad shape, bleeding profusely from that. He's still not dead. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, that brings us to Nazim.
All right. I will enter in from this direction here.
Okay.
I guess no one's noticed me yet. So
I would say
invisible?
that no, he's not invisible, but nobody would be paying. Like, you weren't looking his direction.
Sure.
So I would say that nobody would probably, like, especially in the moment, you wouldn't be taking your turn, an action to try to perceive him. So I don't think anybody would notice. You'll understand more in a moment. Go ahead, Nazim.
all right, I'll just loudly announce myself by saying, "It looks like you're the people I need to be speaking with.
What the
You're no
hell?
good to
Who's
me.
it?
You're no good to me in conversation if you're dead. Let me help you for now."
We're kind of busy right now. We talk later.
No, let him help us. It's fine. Kill that guy.
They are all seemingly you gathered by the by the context clues that he did just nearly kill at least the halfling that is bleeding out on the floor, and now they're all killing this elf.
All right, how do I target this guy? And
What are you trying to do? So you don't actually need to target him. Don't worry about the targeting system essentially for now. It's not necessary. So what are you trying to hit him with? What are you doing?
I'm just going to tap him with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. All right. So then you levitate yourself above the foot of this giant skeleton there, and just send out a bolt of black lightning in the direction of the bleeding elf form on the ground. All you need to do, Sako, is in your character sheet. If you go to your spellbook, if you mouse over Eldritch Blast to the left of it, you'll see a little dice icon. Click on that. There you go. And that's off to a good start. With a 25, that'll definitely connect. Go ahead and click the damage button that appears over there, where it says normal or critical. Click on normal. There you go. For 11 force damage of this black electricity coursing through Ekrid, there's a sputter of blood as he spits out, like coughing out the last of what life remained in him, and he is just laying there still, bleeding out.
I'll rush to Sarah.
All right.
And how does she look? Actually, I would need a nature check.
Bleeding.
Medicine check.
Medicine. Okay, medicine.
I'm just gonna run up to her and use my potion of healing.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I've got
All
one
right,
too.
you make sure that thing doesn't come alive, Mister No
While you
Name
guys are
Pants.
taking care of...
I'm gonna go real quick, guys. I'm gonna fill you in on so this is gonna be a little bit awkward. Certainly, you weren't expecting to see anyone else in here. Most certainly, the person that you see. I'm using the word person lightly because it's certainly a very strange visage that you're seeing. The recent acquaintance you all had in Olowin, the elven woman whose skin was beginning to slough off and had lost her hair and was, in the mid-transformation of Ceramorphosis, slowly transforming into an illithid. This is kind of what that looks like. It is a human, previously human, at least male. The skin it looks like it's melting off of the face, just kind of sloughing away. The hair is wispy and thin, or kind of missing in places. The eyes are deep inset and almost misshapen. The face. I'll go ahead and share you guys. There you go. Is
I wasn't expecting that picture, but it's
the Sako picked just a fantastic, like, there's a real life person apparently that dresses like this, and I've never heard of this before, but he said that as like, yeah, that's fucking perfect. It's exactly what this guy would resemble. So totally makes sense. Yeah, Sako put another one in the Embers channel as well. This is actually his portrait. He is also levitating off of the ground, so you basically having, recently, just literally just yesterday, was the last time you saw Olowin. This guy is clearly in the same process, essentially, that Olowin had been.
all right. So, what are you doing here? And why are you helping us right now with that guy?
You were feeding the potion to Sarah?
I was feeding the potion to Sarah.
Okay, so having to, trying to talk to him while you're doing that?
Well, if no one else is, I'm gonna be filling that silence.
No problem.
I'm also gonna be yelling to them to fucking loot that asshole.
Okay.
Oh, let me go ahead.
Piece of shit.
One sec, Pogo. She's laying face down, so you literally you go to lift her up and realize that the dagger was plunged through her chest. That is like dripping a poison. You have to kind of pull it free as you're feeding her the potion, because he left it sticking in her chest. But she's slowly kind of eyes fluttering and coming back to consciousness.
Wait, she's still alive. And what about my medicine roll?
With the medicine check, the poison, she still looks like you can see the beginnings of this kind of green spidering coloration moving up her neck and the veins in her neck, since she's not in shadow form anymore, as her eyes begin to flutter open.
Okay, so I'm gonna use Protect from Poison on her as a 4th level spell, actually. Sadly. And then
so fucked on spells.
Yeah.
And then if she needs anything else, I'm gonna use Greater Restoration on her to try and completely heal her.
Fucking waste of a fucking waste
Of what?
of my potion.
No, protection from poison wouldn't have healed her, dude. That just stops the poison.
No, but Greater
she's
Restoration
also
should
doing
heal
Greater
her.
Restoration, so.
No,
Yeah,
Greater Restoration wouldn't heal either.
Oh, it's just.
It won't heal?
Yeah, every step. All the steps you guys have done are exactly what would have been needed. The Greater Restoration does not appear to be needed, though. I would say that when you finish the incantation for
Is her
poison,
hit points still minimum though?
6.
No, she's at 6 now. Yeah.
Yeah, but is it still is
Pogo
her
gave her a
cap
roll.
still messed up?
Oh, okay. I see. I'm sorry.
Because Greater Restoration will heal her HP problem.
Yeah. It would
but-
fix that. Yeah.
Okay.
But you haven't casted it yet, so you haven't cast it yet, and whether you needed to or not is up to you. But either way, she is conscious again, and you still have this levitating, weird-looking humanoid floating around in the room here, who is slowly approaching Norok.
At this moment,
Okay,
I'm just looking
well-
at everyone with a finger up, as if
gonna
telling
use my
them just to be
word
quiet.
surges.
All right, guys, stop talking to each other. All right, hold on 1 second. All right, Sarah's using the Ring of Healing Surges. What was Nazim doing, Justin? Or Sako?
Oh, at this moment, while everyone's running around doing their thing, I'm just turning towards them with a finger in the air, just like telling them to be quiet as I kind of hover over this corpse, and it looks like I'm just talking with it, just silently. In private.
Okay, so if you're click on that a bit. Here, let me do it real quick because I don't remember if that one is silent or not. If it's the one I'm thinking of, right? One of your abilities. That's what you're checking.
Essentially, it just looks like I'm leaning down on him, like I'm having a conversation in my head with him.
So it does. You know what though? I think because that's actually the warlock version of it rather than the spell version. I would say that you could do that silently. The spell version has material components. It has other parts you have to do. But since this is the warlock incantation or warlock invocation rather, I would say that one can be done silently. Okay. Whisper me the conversation you would be having. Or you can put it in Discord for now. I'll show you how to do whispers later. All right. Go ahead, Becky.
It's not gonna let me use my hit dice unless I hit a short rest or a long rest.
You can just manually roll them. So your hit dice are D8s or D6s?
8. I think.
Under features, go to hit points. D6s. Yep. So they're d6s plus your con modifier for each one. So just roll however many d6s you're going to use. And your con modifier is +1.
I'm going to use 2 charges.
Okay. All right, so 10 plus for a total of 12. So you heal yourself with 12. Go ahead and apply that. What was Arteme doing?
If Sarah's gonna be okay, well, yeah, I think I'm gonna use the Great Restoration on her anyway, and then I'm going to go and loot the corpse.
All right, I think
Well,
Pogo's
fuck
trying to
that.
do that.
I'm already there. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
literally staying quiet. I'm keeping my eyes on this genie guy who's floating around, but knowing that Norok is like right between me and him, I'm not terribly worried. And I'm not even like looking very hard. I'm just stealing everything. I'm taking I'll sort it later. I'm taking his if he's got like gloves on, I'm literally just shoving them in my pockets, rings, just kind of slowly at a pace. I start taking his belt off and I'm wrapping it up and I'm putting that in and I'm taking his shoes. I'm like dead hobo tearing this guy apart.
All right, you guys have been preparing to try to loot this guy for a while, so I'll say that you would be, potentially ready to do that as soon as, less than 1 second after getting Sarah back to consciousness. Of course, you leap over there and start trying to essentially strip this guy. Becky, your previous HP max, was it 56, 61, something like that? What was it? Do you remember? I can look it up if I need to.
It was 60 something.
Yeah, I think we were really close.
Yeah, I think it was within like 1 point, like 61 or 64 or something like that. I'll look it up just in case for now. Huh?
61 sounds right.
All right, then for now I'll set you to 61 and then I'll double check it afterwards just in case. I should have made a note of it, but I didn't. So, Arteme, leaning over you, stops the poison from coursing through your veins as you are brought back to consciousness from the potion, and then use the ring of healing surges to stem the bleeding, as well as feeling the kind of the life that had been stolen from you from that sword returning as well through her greater restoration. In rifling through his pockets, we'll get to that in just a moment, but you do pull off the boots. He's wearing a ring. He's got a short sword and a bow. His pockets are full of other kind of minor miscellaneous items, it seems. And then, of course, the dagger that is laying on the floor where Sarah's body had been.
Yeah, and I'm not looking at any of it. I'm not paying attention. I'm just putting it all in my sack, and we'll figure this out later, guys. I'm putting the bow over my shoulder.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to him, grab the bag out of his hand, and grab his bag. Okay, you do not just put random items in a bag. You have to sort them first and see if they're magical.
Who's this? We're dealing with this now. We'll talk about it later.
Just grab his bag because he's too tiny to stop me.
You can't. No, I'm fighting back. This is my bag. I don't know you. That's my purse.
A purse now. It's a purse. Really?
What, Becky?
You cut out.
I said so.
Man, you cut out again. You said I said sit, and then it cut out again. Try again.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Sarah is kicking Egred's body furiously.
All right.
Very angry.
I would say that you're
God, we look like children in front of our new ghost friend.
your blouse is just like covered, from neck to at least waist is covered in blood, like soaked through with blood. The wound's closed and everything, but certainly ruined your clothes at least. In kicking away at him, sure, you do see that the friend here, the new person you hadn't met before with the melting skin, is pointing a finger down at Egred, and he's like, you see his lips moving as if he's talking, but he's not saying anything out loud. It seems like he's talking to the dead guy.
Ooh. So
who's this guy?
All right. You with us, spooky man over there? Might I ask who you are and maybe what you're doing here? Does he?
All right, I look up from my conversation then.
Are you finishing the ritual then? You're not still communicating?
I'm ending it now, yes.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay, go ahead.
I am Nazim, and I've come for this trinket, and I'm going to just slowly start making a move towards the...
So actually Norok is holding it right now. The giant, the Yogg to the north, to your right. The big guy, he's holding it.
Then I hold my hand out.
All right, hold on. Listen, sir, I appreciate your help. For starters, this is how did you even know this was here? This is insane. Like, listen, you can have it if you let us use it first. We'll promise we'll bring it back to you. Or you can even come with us if you want, as long as you don't turn out like this asshole and just kick him a few times.
I assure you I will not end up like him.
What do you need it for?
How long do you need the arc?
Not too long, honestly. Maybe, what do you guys think? A few days?
If that long.
Well, because we can portal back where we need to be.
Artemis.
Who would know?
Artemis for sure. Well, not just that, but you guys made a solemn promise that Artemis would certainly feel obligated to keep. That after using it, you would return it back to the elves in Merethalis.
Yeah,
remember, you weren't
that.
Well, okay, that's fair. I just wanted to say, like, whether you guys actually speak that up or not. I just have to put that out there.
Yeah, that's how I'd be like glaring at Pogo.
Okay. Nazim, give me a. I'm going to show you how to do this, but give me an insight check. And how you're going to do that, Sako, is if you click on Nazim, and you'll see when you highlight him, it's got like an orange square around him, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you do that, you'll see a hotbar appear in the top left. And this is the easier way to do this. You can always go into your character sheet to do it too. But when you see that hotbar, that'll always work for whatever you have selected. So in this case, you have Nazim selected, hence the orange square. Go over to where it says Skills.
Mm-hmm.
Just mouse over Skills, and then mouse down to where it says Insight, and click on it. You're pretty sure that the halfling is lying to you.
Oops.
There, I'll just lock it for you. There you go. He told you that they would give it to you in a few days, but you don't feel like he's telling you the truth.
Okay. For now.
What do you need this for? What do you need that for? We just need it to bring a friend, basically just help a friend of ours become whole again.
I sense you went through a lot of trouble to get this.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think I'll keep a close eye on it if you don't mind.
All right. So
That still doesn't answer the question of why you want it.
yeah. Tell you what, can we have this conversation not in this room? I'm getting a very spooky feeling.
Pogo, looking over everyone's to the right, basically right over Sarah's head, there's that glowing kind of ghostly light in the rib cage of this gargantuan skeleton in there.
I've got what I would like to do, just because I'm tired. Can I use my would the skull of this item be considered a huge object?
A what object?
A huge object.
The skull of the matron? Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
And then would it be considered a here's the thing, would it be considered a non-magical object that's not being worn or carried?
I mean, it's being worn in that it's the head of a skeleton that is still attached, but I think I see where you're going with this, and I would say that, yeah, you'd still be able to.
All right, I'm just going to try.
Only because it's not alive at the moment, anyway.
And how big is the hole at the ceiling of this room?
50 feet up.
Okay.
No, can't be that high. 30 feet up.
All right, let's see here. It has a... Give me 1 second. I gotta see if it can... how it moves. Fuck it. I am going to use my last spell slot to cast Animate Object and bring the skull to life as my own personal servant. And I will see if I can.
Well, okay, let me go ahead. Okay,
Oh.
so in the you attempt to do so with a natural 1. That's a good start.
Yeah.
You attempt to do so. You re-rolled the 1 anyway, and the head is you're able to animate it, but it's still connected to the neck, and you can't animate the entire skeleton. So you can't pull the head away.
Here's the thing: would I have known that, or is that?
I mean, you would know that the head is still attached, yes, but you can still you can move the jaws and things like that. Okay.
I would have done it if I was planning on literally
trying to float the head up around.
Separate it from the rest of the body. It would make me feel much better.
Oh, I see. Okay, I thought you were trying to scare everybody into running.
No. I was actually going to try to separate the head and see if I could just throw it off the cliff or something. Because I'm so angry at what we've gone through. So no, if I saw it was still attached.
Yeah, it's petrified. It's all stuck as one piece.
So
okay. Oh, where's Wilo?
Well, he re-rolled the 1 because he's for a halfling.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't matter.
Oh, so it automatically re-rolled. So there's okay. I see.
Yeah, I only applied it to Fox. She's the only one that gets the obnoxious messages that says she sucks at rolling.
That is just mean.
No, I'm kidding, Fox. All right.
I know.
Well, if you guys would like to have this conversation in about a minute, I can get us back to Kettle Keep.
So Nazim, just so you know, we're gonna go real fucking far away. Do we need to take care of any, are you gonna be okay with this travel? We're gonna keep an eye on you, obviously, but are you a man about the world and you're okay?
As long as I'm close to the Ark, it should be fine.
I would say when Sarah mentions about teleporting back, and Nazim is replying there, Pogo, it crosses your mind, both you and Norok, that there is, as the ghost had mentioned, there is a chamber in here filled to the brim with gold and riches. And not only that, but you know that you only have maybe 2 hours or so, if that by now, because it's been a little bit longer, before the occupant of that chamber is back again.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Do you guys remember about that loot chamber? I forgot all about it.
Tekwith had told you about it. The Iskil ghost Tekwith had told you about it.
That ghost that's spoken that weird language that only you guys can understand. You said something about a loot chamber.
How about I just give the information and the keys to my aunt and she comes and picks it up? Unless you want to trigger another trap and get us all killed.
I can't just leave a possible loot chamber. Norak, are you looking around?
Yeah.
Alright, let me know if you I'm gonna keep talking to our new friend.
Children.
Yeah, do you know where this chamber is so we can move this along?
Make a... Let's see. And looking around? Okay. Yeah, nothing this room is ritualized. It's not... There aren't riches in here. It is... This was clearly built with wards to keep this thing from coming alive, and the glowing thing on the altar there seems to be glowing from the sunlight above. Looking up, Norok, there's a skylight in the ceiling that seems to be focusing a beam of light down at that thing there. At best, you might gather that this is, preventing the Iskil tyrant from coming back. Arteme and Sarah, give me a wisdom check, both of you. Okay.
Why?
Oh, hello?
Yep, we're here.
Oh, it's got real quiet. So, where are you from, Nazim?
From the Vabian Dolmen.
Right. Okay, yes, but...
The Vabian... So, you're from, I know, aren't those the bad guys?
That's the desert to the south. So they are... So the desert guys that use... yeah, for sure. I mean, he definitely looks like a half-melted... disfigured Vabian for sure, although the skin is pale and not tan anymore.
So like one of the Vabian mages type,
okay, so specifically, yeah, not quite that specifically, not that that style, but definitely like that skin tone, that bone structure, that kind of stuff. You're specifically referring to the necromancers from the Vabian Domain?
Yes.
Like Maibi? No, he's not that specifically, but yes, of that that culture, yes.
So I need to ask you, my friend here, are you loyal to the Vabian armies and the Vabian? I suppose their war, their side of this war is happening. Is that
my old life means nothing to me anymore. I am here for myself. I hold no loyalties to the Vabian.
Not bad. That's kind of my motto too. Just each their own, as I always say.
I'm gonna go back towards like hearing range a bit more and ask again why he wants the arc, because he still hasn't really answered that question. And I don't really want to take him with us if we don't know.
I'm kind of looking at you and your look on your face. So I'll say this to the party. Your party interests me. I mean you no harm.
Insight check.
Yes, definitely.
Not very good at that though.
Neither am I.
Pogo, you can't. You just haven't known him long enough to be able to assess whether he's telling the truth or not.
All right. Well, listen,
same with Artemis.
I need to warn you, okay? When we travel back, we're going to be traveling back to a place that is heavily secure, and if you try anything funny, it's going to end very badly for you. You helped us out here a minute ago, but if you're coming with us, you need to be aware that it's going to be our rules and their rules. We won't cause any harm to you if you don't do anything to us, but you need to understand that we'll be working on this first, and then we'll see what you need and how we can help you. But this is of some importance for us, and you need to understand what you're getting into. Is that all right with you?
I understand. For everyone's safety, I will behave.
On the good
other
side, we have our own butler, so we've got that.
Oh my god, he's not a butler.
I'm sorry, slave.
He's not a slave either.
The other elf did ask you a question too, Nazim, so it's totally okay if you're just ignoring her question, but she asked you again what you need the arc for.
Yeah, I'm having a conversation with Pogo. I ignored that one.
Okay. He has introduced himself, by the way. He's told you that his name is Nazim. Yeah. He doesn't know any of the rest of your names.
Oh, I'm Pogo Nazim. I'm the dashing young man about town that, you may have heard songs about me, or whispers in the streets, whispers in the sheets as well, if you travel around. So, just enjoy that, as I'm kind of looking at his half-dead corpse, kind of slightly disconcerting.
I'll just gently look at everyone and just cordially nod to everyone.
Is there a fucking way out of this room?
There's tunnels where Nazim came out of. If we want to just go down that way, we could also bury Teculith on the seashore and then head towards the excavation site.
Let's go. Oh, well, how far away do we have to be? Does she have to be buried on this island?
Yes. She said she wanted a nice spot near the east on the coastline.
All right, Nazim. Looks like we're adding a couple hours to our timeline, but it's not going to be that big of a difference.
Then I would like to fix my aunt, if you don't mind.
Fix your aunt?
You mean Maibi? Oh, you want to use the Wood Sage's chorus on Leary?
Yeah!
Okay.
That was the plan! Get it! Okay,
this is
that was the
No, right?
No, totally makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so the whole point...
that you can use more than once.
I asked Leary about it before we came here!
Okay.
Are you...
Sure.
Oh my gosh! So the plan was to get it, heal Leary, and then go and heal Maibi, because that way we don't have to come back.
All right. Well, don't.
So once we leave the island, we don't.
Totally makes sense, Fox.
That is not out loud, but that is a recap.
All right. Let's.
Were you not there for the whole conversation with Larry?
All right.
Fox is losing her shit.
So, did anyone find any rooms or anything where there might be that gold stash, just so we have a little bit of something for our troubles?
No.
Doesn't look like there's anything.
And then the door shut behind us, right?
Yes.
Fox, I sent you whispers a while ago. You saw those, right?
Yes, I made a note of it. But, like I said, I'll just give Leary the keys and she can come look for it later. It'll make her day, come on!
Fine. So, let's get out of here then. There's a skylight to the top. How'd you get in here, Nazim?
Over here. You,
There's an
like,
opening.
come this way.
Got no light. Can't see. I'm so blind. I gotta stay in the middle.
Keep walking towards the daylight!
There's
You
light
don't
coming from you.
understand. I have to climb over all these bones. I'm 3 feet tall. You have a magical broom, and you're a full-size adult woman. As I squeeze through the fucking bones on the
I
trail.
don't have a broom. Sarah has a broom.
You know what?
I'm assuming
Hold on
that the
one
broom
second.
isn't
I'm gonna
working,
run
so
back
having
real
Nora
quick.
Carry me.
I'm gonna run back real
Okay.
quick, and I'm gonna fill my
Okay.
jar with some blood from that asshole.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I need the blood jar, and then it's just gonna take 1 minute. It's everywhere. I'm just
That's
gonna
fine, yeah.
Pour some blood in my thing, and then
There's probably
catch
some
up.
of Sarah's blood in there too.
Is there anything while I'm running and squeezing past the dead carcass? Is there any like things that I can pull off of it, or is it all just one solid object?
It's basically solid stone.
Are
it's
you
been there for
fucking
hundreds
kidding
of
me?
thousands of
There
years.
was a hole in this. Oh wait.
No, there's a stone slab
down.
door. Yeah, no, you
okay.
are. You're outside. Yeah, there's a stone slab door that was lower down. In fact, actually, now that everybody's back through it, the door starts to slowly lift back up again.
Oh,
Without
these
seal.
fucking doors. You know, for some
But
giant
you are outside,
lizards,
so you're
they're
like outside
really
now.
impressive engineers. Hey, don't touch. Is this water by our feet?
Yeah, there's
Don't
there's
touch the
a
water, Nadeem. Don't touch this shit.
there's a waterfall off to the right there.
I immediately run
Okay,
and
so
jump out
so
of the
over
water.
there to the right, there's a hole in it. You guys are like in a. There's a roof above you, 5 feet up, 10 feet up rather, and then there's a hole that goes up to the sky right over there with a waterfall kind of pouring down from above.
How far up is that?
10 feet up, not very high.
Is that where you came in through, Nazim?
Yes. And then I'll just start to float just a few feet off the ground.
Okay.
All right. So, I say we. I mean, if I go to this edge carefully, is this literally just looking up over where we?
Yep.
The
Yeah,
whole thing?
you're looking down at where that hole is, where you guys found
Oh
tech
yeah.
with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Alright,
Norik
guys.
still has it, right?
Said Norik what? Fox?
And Norik still has the course? Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you want to do this? I've got no way of getting us back down. All the doors behind us have closed. We've got like an hour and a half before that big asshole comes back. What time of the day?
Sarah,
is
now
it?
that you guys are outside, your broom is fine. He seems okay again. Time of day, it's getting evening by now. It's about 5:30 in the evening.
How high up are we on this cliff?
80 feet where you're at.
Go look this way. Ooh, are there vines over here?
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe
Vines
we
that
could go
cross over
across
to
the
the chamber on the
vines.
other side. They don't look. They're not solid. I guess I'd say like they're just regular undergrowth from outside, exposed to
Okay.
the kind of
On-
caustic sea air here.
On your way in here, Nazim, you didn't happen to see a room that's supposedly has treasure or anything in it, did you?
No, I just floated up here.
Just floated up. Fuck, that would have been handy. How do you
I felt-
learn something like that to just float up?
I felt your presence, and I came to you.
Oh, you're fucking terrifying, man. What is weird? I don't know. Getting the shivers.
I'm gonna. You know what? Actually, a couple things, a couple checks we need to make. Sarah and I think it's just Sarah. Sarah and Norak. Actually, yeah, because Norak was definitely over. Oh, actually, all three. Okay, so Sarah, Norak, and Pogo. All three of you make wisdom checks with disadvantage. There's Wilo.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Did that work?
I didn't see yours yet, G. Yeah. Are you getting sick, G?
Nope.
All right.
Okay, still not working even when I click on it without the disadvantage. So I'm not sure what's
All right. I'll do it for you.
Okay.
I was wondering if they could be the better rolls like we were having the problem with in my game.
It's working for everybody else. I don't think so.
Yeah, but even
maybe.
when we were playing, I think it only didn't work for one person.
Yeah, maybe.
Beck and Victor.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll get back.
All right.
Actually, I'll wait. I'll wait till you say whatever you're gonna say.
Well, really, just Pogo was the only one that rolled high enough. There was definitely a room down further below that you guys didn't get in through. There was another slab door there. That's the only room that stands out as far as where that could be. Sarah, give me an Arcana check with advantage. Justin, that was it for your answer there. Is it
Cool.
where a room might be? Okay, for sure.
All the way at the bottom.
It was definitely lower down, yeah. Sarah, with that Arcana check, you definitely see Azul energy coming off of Nazim.
So there's nothing else in these caves. I did an investigation to see.
Yeah, sorry. Looking over there, that river kind of continues around that corner and then is plummeting off the wall. That little kind of rivulet of water. It plummets off the cliff where it's splashing down into the river below, down 80 feet down.
Okay.
Where it's not there's no further tunnels or anything. It's basically the edge of the cliff.
Okay, so I'm gonna head back to the other side we were on because I think I saw a little ledge, and then we could maybe jump down onto the bridge.
Well, so actually over there where that waterfall is to the right, where there's light coming from, that's actually open to above. Like you can actually go up through there to get to the floor above. Becky, yeah, I haven't heard you for a minute. So what I had said, did you hear what I had said then, Becky?
No. Can you guys hear me?
This area
Yeah,
here.
we can hear you good. Yeah, right there. There's a hole that goes up from there, like up to the floor above you, or to the outside above.
Oh, okay.
What
Let's
I'd
take this
said,
then.
Becky. Yeah, you can go up through there. Presumably, you'll have to climb.
Okay,
Becky,
I'll climb.
Nazim, the guy that's showed up here, is surrounded by Azul energy.
Check.
Azul energy.
I can't remember what that one was. Was that chaos or not? No.
Yep. Azul's chaos. It is the energy that the house that the warrior is from is the Azul house, and Nazim here is surrounded by that same flavor of energy.
That's just peachy.
Ooh.
None of the rest of you would. Well, maybe Arteme with a high enough roll, but it'd be a disadvantage for Arteme.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Sarah's the only one that would see it. Give me an Arcana check, just Arteme with disadvantage.
How do I do
Sarah
the
is able to pick
disadvantage?
it up easily though. Hold on Control when you click it. Yeah, you're not picking it up off of him. You can definitely sense some esoteric magical energy coming off of him, but you can't identify what rill it's coming from.
Hey, Azul. So how are you able to just float back down? Should you need to just, go off this cliff? Do you have that ability?
Oh, yes, I could float at will.
You don't by any chance have the ability to make other people float, do you?
I don't at the moment. I don't know if I'm strong enough to carry at least the big guy over there.
I mean, we go back up, see what we find on the roof, but still not sure how we're,
Yeah, but wouldn't they hear the whisper with the stone and spread speeds? As far as the message goes, it's like a telepathic message, so
Well,
there's
yeah,
no chance.
so message can only be between one person at a time. Well, two people back and forth. So she could, every 6 seconds send it to one of each of you, but you wouldn't be able to have a, continuous conversation. Whereas she could say it as far as she is from Nazim right now. She could say it into the Stones of Far speech, and you would all hear it.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
high up is this thing if I float up?
To go up to the floor above, yeah, it's only like 10 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna start climbing. If there's vines and stuff, rocks.
It's certainly well below. Yeah, it's wild growth out here. It's well below your guys' passive just to be able to climb up without needing to, use a rope or anything of that sort. To just climb up to the floor above if that's what you're trying to do.
I'm going to
yeah.
stop her just as she comes to it and just put my hand up, slightly annoyed, but in a helpful manner. Don't worry, I've got this. I'm just going to float up, and I'm going to drop my rope down from the next floor up, down to them.
Okay. All right, then you all see Nazim, well, Pogo and Artemis, who were over by the hole, see Nazim levitate himself up to the top of the, off to the side of the hole up there, and then toss a rope down to you.
And as I'm doing it, it's just almost like I'm being treated as a parlor trick. This is so beneath me.
Ta-da!
A very arrogant ta-da.
Ugh, fine, let's just go up higher on the hillside. That we're inescapable. I love it. I love it.
Well, you guys
Fine.
are. I mean, it's not. This isn't a just an isolated pillar. It's connected to the rest of the slopes down to get back down towards the coastline and everything. So you could basically walk from there if you wanted to. You guys are all going up then?
Yes.
You guys coming up with us?
Becky,
I'm
can
ready
you
to
talk
go.
yet, or Ben? You can talk, right? Oh, I see him. Becky light up. Okay. Becky, are you trying to say something? I heard noise.
Ow.
Oh, try again, Becky.
Hello?
There we go. Okay.
Hello?
Hang on, I gotta put you guys as actors on the screen here, sorry.
Does Foundry and Discord not like each other or something?
No, I think it might be her headset, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. That would make
She's
sense.
like, Ben's always fine. They're both in the same network, and I think it's just maybe her headset, I don't know. Alright, so you guys all, I would say certainly with the rope, are easily able to climb your way up to the top. Sarah, now that you guys are up here, this is definitely, flying up with the broom too. This is the top. This is what you had seen when you flew up on the broom before. To the southwest, you can see the log that crosses over that you guys had wrapped the rope around that allowed Norok to, Indiana Jones style, Tarzan style, swing across. And to up to the northwest is where you saw that sacrificial altar.
Which way just leads back?
I mean, to get back is if you're going to leave this place, you would go east and then down. You'd have to, follow a long slope around for a mile or so before you'd get back down to where the river is.
Oh, fucking...
Okay,
Alright.
might as well do that, and then find a nice spot about a mile away from this place to bury Teculith.
How far is it? How long is it going to take us to get back to your aunt?
Well,
Hour and a half, 2
yeah.
hours.
It's already evening time. Through this jungle filled with giant ape-like creatures and explosive
Okay, I'll
plants
make you
all
a
around.
deal. We'll go bury Teculith, and I'll make a treehouse.
All right, that's fine. I guess. Let's go bury your friend here.
But I get the boots.
Fine. Here, take them. I'll toss her the
Perfect.
boots that I got out of it.
I'm gonna say something to Artemis and Sarah, who pieced a couple of details together. Sorry, Artemis and Pogo rather. And I'm just gonna say it out loud to the whole group, but only Artemis and Pogo can act on this knowledge. The both of you know that there is a chamber in here that has a ton of loot, presumably, right? Because certainly Artemis would know this, that the Iskil would bury, just like the Egyptians, right, would bury themselves with insane amounts of wealth, right? And you know that the Atabai, the Iskil lord that was here, that is his chamber, and you know that an hour and a half or so from now he'll be rejoined. And if you were to send Leary here, even the entire force they have are not going to be able to fight off that Iskil lord. That would be a death sentence for them. So if
Well,
he'll be
I feel like we're
reformed.
kind of locked out from that door that closed behind us. It locked again, right? Because otherwise, everyone would just come up this easy path.
Yeah, but we can go to the bottom and make our way back in.
That is true. Okay, so
Christ.
we go bury Teculith, come back in from the bottom,
You
try and
don't have
open
that
that door. No.
Well, we can fight
trying
that
to walk 2
fucking
miles
guy.
through the jungle.
Let's see. We
Yeah.
know where the traps are. We know how to get through that crazy gas room.
We don't even need to go
Rest
through
in
the
peace,
gas room.
Pinocchio 2.
We don't. It's the second floor.
Would Pogo or Arteme? Yeah, would Pogo or Arteme have mentioned which room it was?
Okay, you remember when we went in, there was 2 doors on the second floor, one we couldn't get through, the other one we got through and it brought us
Yeah,
up?
that was right next to a bunch of jars with snakes in them.
No, that's the door we went up. The other door before that in the
No, trust me. There was
right
also
hallway?
there were also snakes in those jars as well.
Yeah, Pogo was there. Arteme didn't see that. Arteme was around the other side at that time.
Sorry,
but yeah.
if you went around the other corner by the door we did go up, there were jars with snakes in them. So,
But even still,
Yeah.
the reason that I was pointing that out is that it's before all the traps. All the traps at that point had already been.
Yeah.
Finished down at the bottom. All right, let's. So I guess I'm still a little confused on how the map is. We can comfortably walk from here all the way back to the bottom.
Yeah, it's about an hour's walk. You have to walk long ways off to the east. Basically, you're standing at the top, like at the peak of a slope. And if you walk down the slope off to the east for about a mile or so, it levels out back down to where the river is, and then you can follow the river back, full of all those leeches, of course, back to the very bottom of this place where you guys came in originally.
Or we could just take a rope down.
You can. It's a long way, but you can. I mean, all of you except for Norok could broom it down anyways. So.
Yeah, Norak, would you be comfortable, just going down with a rope? Like, we tie a rope to a tree up here, and then you just move your way down?
Yeah.
All right,
Sorry.
let's do
Yeah,
that.
sorry.
Let's do it quickly. Our friend here can float down after us. Help maybe to make sure no one just
Yeah.
completely falls off the rope.
So, Nazim, would you mind making sure the rope doesn't break while Norak's going down, and then untie the rope and bring it down with you?
Give you a chunk
Please?
of the change that we find in this room. We think there might be a treasure room. There also might be another, not super strong, but just a ghost guy. He's not going to have a sword because we stole it from him. But he still might be there. But if we can do this fast enough, we might be able to just get away with a little bit of coin in our pocket. Do you care about coin at all, or are you is coin beneath you? It's a joke because it is. Down.
Treasure doesn't mean much to me. What else?
All right, I get his treasure. You heard him say it. His treasure's mine. He does not.
That's
care.
not how it works.
Oh.
No.
Well,
Treasure is divided up equally, except my share goes to Rock and Sarah because I still owe them for my adorable little familiar.
that's
you-
Which I
right,
have
that's
not had a
right.
chance to see resummon.
Says the person who
Arteme?
stole all my stuff.
I will
Arteme,
say
we are
though,
even because you let me bring up Noctua with the last of your stuff.
Okay.
if there are any bees in the treasure room, I get those.
These?
Did you say bees?
So Ben and Becky, Sako played in our balance campaign, and so Ben, Becky, and Sako were the players in that campaign. And there was a certain magic item that Sako's character from that game was particularly fond of, called a jar of bees.
Oh, nice.
So he likes acquiring bees where possible.
Okay, so I like foxes, he likes bees. We're good.
Probably buy a fuck ton of bees with money, though. You know how money works, right? You could just buy them or
Alright,
pay
guys.
someone to go catch bee. Fine, let's go down. I'm tired.
It's
I'm getting a
time.
headache.
All right, so then I would say that Sarah easily can, using the broom, go back and forth, but she is afraid of heights. So, Sarah, how would you be accomplishing this without triggering your fear of heights?
Okay, I could bring both halflings up and down with the broom
gonna
if
give you- I'm
Becky
also
or
going
if
to-
Sarah doesn't mind. And yeah, because all she has to do is close her eyes, get on the broom, and I guess hang on to me, and then I'll just bring her down. And
I'm
then
going to give her one of my
We'll get Pogo.
one of my bardic inspirations.
Okay.
So I'm just going to give you a little pep talk and say, listen, you can do this. Heights doesn't mean anything. It's all about what's in your heart. Makes no
Okay.
sense, but that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's
All right. So,
great, but I'm not sure that works.
well, I would say that if you're allowing Arteme to fly it, then and you literally could just hold on, and close your eyes, but you're one-armed unless you're going to use Shadow Skin again.
I will use Shadow Skin again.
All right, and I will put that back on. There you go. Nazim, you see the halfling woman still covered in blood. She's not bleeding anymore, but just soaked, head to toe, almost in blood. You see her form kind of shimmer and turn into this kind of shadowy, translucent shape. and her voice deepens to almost a demonic sound as she kind of changes into this darker form. Between the two halflings and the elf, they hop on the broom and are making their way back and forth. Nazim, you are pretty confident that from up here, your descend, your ability to levitate, will be okay. That you'd be able to make it all the way to the bottom without plummeting, just by a slow descent. Essentially, it's 30 feet per round, so it's it's a few feet per second. Basically, it's not too fast. You feel like you can comfortably make it to the bottom. Norok, on the other hand, you're going to climb down using the ropes.
Yeah.
Okay. You do
I'm gonna
feel.
also give. Before I leave, I'll give him my last bardic inspiration.
All right.
Hey man, listen. This is high up, and hopefully you get down there without scraping your knees or your elbows, because we want you to be all right. So don't fall, and don't even think about the giant river filled with invisible, deadly, small bitey insects. Don't even let the insects cross your mind.
Don't worry. If you fall, I'll use my last 4th level spell.
To slow fall him. Okay.
Yep.
Norok, you climbing 80 feet up of a mountain face, that's no big deal. You did that tons and tons of times as a kid, but your arms are kind of aching right now. You did, put every last ounce of energy that you had into killing that ghost so that it couldn't kill Sarah after it tried to decapitate her with that sword that you now hold. You feel a little tired. You have a level of exhaustion, so remember when you make this climb, it's going to be a little harder for you. I will tell you, though, that it's not 80 feet straight down. It's basically, you're down probably 30 feet, and then there's a little edge that you can kind of, take a breath on, that you can just stand on for a second, and then, continue down.
Okay.
You can do that?
Yeah. Athletics?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check, and it's a minus a d4 for your exhaustion.
And then if you roll really
So I thought
bad,
it
you
was
get
just-
if you roll really bad, you get a D8.
Yeah, D8 in addition. Okay, so we'll take the 16 because you shouldn't have rolled that with. You should not rather have rolled that with disadvantage. Remember, we just use -4 or minus a D4 for the first level of exhaustion instead for everything you do, basically. Which means actually during that fight or during that Ekrid, beating him up, you should have had a minus D4 in there, but you rolled so high it didn't matter. All right, so minus D4 from 16. So go ahead and minus D4. And this actually will make a difference, because I'll tell you the DC is within that range.
Okay. Well, my proficiency should help too.
Your proficiency's already in there, so... Oh, so shit, never mind. Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
There's no way you could fail, never mind. You get, even with a 21,
Oh, okay.
you wouldn't have been able to fail with a D4, so...
Anyway.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You did mention your proficiency, actually. You hand over hand, just kind of very carefully, and you're taking your time. It's taking a lot longer than it otherwise would, just because your arms are so tired. But you make it to the first landing. It's a little over halfway down, but you at least made it, comfortably till your feet are on solid ground again. The rope is long enough to goes all the way down towards towards next to the river. Go ahead and give me one more roll for making the last portion of the climb. All right, 21. You still, even with the D4, it won't matter. You'll still be, all right. So 17, 18 rather. You make your way down the last leg of it until you are back down at the bottom. I'll go ahead and load the map. Everybody has now successfully made it to the bottom of the. Just for simplicity's sake, actually, I actually preloaded the map for. Oh, and Ekrid's still on the map with you guys in this one. You guys want to kill him? Kill him a second time? Steal his loot a second time?
Come back as a
Push
ghost.
him off the bridge this time.
All right, who am I missing? I'm missing Pogo and obviously Nazim, because Nazim was not here with us the first time. Where's Pogo? Why is Pogo not on this map? Oh,
I'm right there.
guys.
I'm on Norok.
Oh, did I move you? Oh, you were hiding behind him?
I mean, I have been for many of the game. many.
Yep, you are. You were right there. That's funny. All right, let me grab Nazim. Okay, so you all, following Arteme, back down at the bottom, you see Frank's corpse dead across the river still. Gee, you're getting sick. I don't know why you don't think you are. You're definitely getting sick. You hear that, right?
All right.
I hear
Well, not just the coughing, but his voice is wrong. Like he doesn't sound normal. He's definitely getting sick. Becky, you don't.
That's making me sick. It's like that classroom thing when someone coughs and everyone coughs.
I think Sako wasn't feeling good either, right?
Yeah, last day or two.
Yep. So Becky, is he not getting sick? Now Becky can't talk.
Again.
Because she's sick.
Yeah, exactly. Her
Everybody's
voice went out.
Everybody's
She's
dropping
trying
like
to
flies. All right.
You guys hear me?
Yep, there we go. All right. I think it's your headset, Becky.
I forgot I had muted myself when I put Rufus in his crate.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
No, his voice is a little scratchy, but we'll be able to tell in a day or two if he's actually sick.
Yeah, all right.
I feel fine.
All right. Well, that's more important than sounding fucked up anyways. All right, so you guys make your way back down to the bottom, though. Go in, go up the stairs in the back until you come back around to this door. This was the door that just north of here where the sarcophagus was that Pogo originally found blood, blood splattered there, where presumably the Wood Sage's Chorus was stolen from Ekrid, as he had described it to you anyways. You, of course, now hold the Wood Sage's Chorus, but you are in front of this door. What are you guys doing? I'm going to go ahead and tell you that it's been an hour at this point. So you probably you estimate about another hour or so before Atabai reforms.
All right, that guy might be around here, everyone. Let's.
Well, like in an hour. Okay, so this
like
door
this-
was sealed by magic, and do the discs activate?
Yep.
Or
Yeah, now
glow?
that you're standing
Okay.
near it, yeah, they do glow.
Okay, and these statues didn't have anything, right? The ones behind us?
No, they didn't. No.
So should we
Okay.
use the same formula as we had before? Yeah, but if it doesn't, Nazim, just so you know, if this doesn't, it's gonna fucking explode with some sort of magical energy. It's very dangerous. So what do you guys want to do? Try the one that we got from this first floor? Maybe it's like all the doors on this floor use the same... Oh shit, what if we missed it? Do we ever go somewhere? Ugh, now I've got a tickle in my throat.
I've cursed all of you.
I'm catching it, guys.
We could always try it,
Nobody
but
run Norton anymore?
Yeah, really. Everybody needs a new antivirus.
Just back away from the door and we'll use
We need
Mage
to
Hand.
all back away.
sure.
And
I could use my mage's hand if it's a pushable object or a movable object.
we can all get 30 feet away. And 3 of us can use mage hand.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the X, the triangle, the square, and the circle down on the ground near the door and back away.
Okay.
Alright.
Right, so it's X square, nothing, or sorry, X triangle, nothing, square, and
Circle, yes.
Is that from the first one?
That's from the very bottom door. The next one was the triangle with the 3 lines,
By the way,
the X.
be careful down there. There are snakes in those jars.
That's to Nazim.
Anyone down on the south?
Yeah, Nazim went to the south.
Just be careful. There's creatures in there. They're not empty.
Nazim, you see some very large ceramic jars around the corner from you, and he's telling you that there are snakes in those.
Snakes don't bother me. I know their intentions.
Yeah, they're fucked.
That sounds kind of creepy.
Well, their
Alright.
intentions on the level below were to
Move
eat
'em.
Pogo. So
Move them in. Let's move those things in that order you just described.
okay, so you're doing X, triangle, blank, square, circle. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then between Arteme and Sarah, you guys place the objects in the order. As soon as the circle touches the door, it starts to lower down.
Oh, fuck it.
Okay, I'll go and grab
Look
them.
for traps, because this seems like a curse just waiting for this fucking thing.
Sure.
oh boy.
Yeah, there's gonna be some shit. What do you
Are
say?
those holes in the floor?
Yeah, so this room, there are holes in the floor, and there are what looked like stone spears essentially jutting out all over the place. From here, just from standing in the doorway there is a huge sarcophagus in the back. For Arteme, the drawings that you took of the life stages of the Iskil, this would have to be one of the hulking ones. This would be the stage before a tyrant. That's how they would be, basically. The rest of them were the stage before that was relatively humanoid in shape.
I'm gonna send Mage Hand in to start pulling on some spears and poking at holes and things.
Okay. As the rest of you...
trying to activate any possible trap before things actually happen.
Okay. As the rest of you are, kind of assessing this room, you see Pogo's kind of violet purplish mage hand just yanking on things and poking at things, and darting in and out of holes, things like that. On either side of the room, the left and the right of the sarcophagus there, you see a huge stone pedestal with like a golden plate, essentially, like the stone itself is covered in molten gold that is since, of course, solidified, and they're both covered in small objects. The one on the left is covered in all kinds of what look like let's see, there's some golden rods, there's like a giant amulet on there, there's a big canister, some golden bracers, some rings, things like that. The one on the right is covered in bottles and vials with a giant jug in the middle of it, and then on either side of the sarcophagus itself are huge rows of golden bars, solid gold bars on either side of the sarcophagus. It's like a neat stack of tons and tons of gold bars. Pogo, give me... you can use the little measuring majiggy. So how you do that, Sako, is... well, that one... Is that the right one? I think that's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. Yeah, you can use that to measure around. Pogo, in grabbing the spear tips and so on, you pull them and try to, kind of with the 10 feet of force that the mage hand can provide, trying to shake them back and forth, and they just don't move. It feels like they're like frozen solid in place. You are knocking bits of stone and dust off of them that kind of just fall down to the floor lazily. Nothing else.
All right.
How high off the ground are the spears things?
4 feet, 4.5 feet.
I'm gonna fucking go to the very edge, and I'm gonna get on my tiny little belly.
Okay.
And while she's walking, I'm gonna get on my belly and just kind of military crawl and be like.
So Pogo and Sarah both. You guys are both more than 3 feet. You're just under 4 feet. So you're like 3'9" or 4'1", or sorry, 3'9", 3'11". I think for you guys weren't you just under 4?
2, but I could be wrong.
No. You're definitely no. It's 4. They're 4 feet, around 4 feet. So you guys are just under 4 feet.
Oh, because I put 3 feet tall when I made her.
Yeah, I thought I was like 3'6".
Oh shit, they are 3 feet tall.
Yeah, we're tiny.
Yeah, they are. Shit, I swear I was thinking on like around 4 feet is what I was thinking. Okay,
we're pocket sized.
All right. Yeah, the both of you are clearly well under. I would tell you that if they're just in a hole, they could point downwards and then jab. But even still, they're frozen in place. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm gonna follow in, go check it out.
Arteme, in passing these look like similar to the kind of traps that you'd seen elsewhere in this place, that some of them that were just broken and like they'd gone off and then not reset because the seismic activity over 250,000 years had just kind of broken the material, so they just no longer function. That's the impression you get from the look of these. What is Nazim and Norok doing?
Hey Nazim, I found a bunch of bees.
I'll float 1 inch off the ground and just slowly float to the middle.
Okay.
Kidding, because that's absurd.
Okay.
50,000-year-old beast.
It's a joke.
I think we should put everything in the bag of holding and take a look at it later and get out of here.
Just so you know, I'm pretty sure your bag will have a limit. It's nice to think you can just continuously add to it, but I'm pretty sure you're going to run out of space at some point in time.
Yeah, it definitely does, but yeah, we'll figure that out after.
This, I'm pretty sure most of the things I see on there. Any of you guys have the ability to see if any of these things are magical, or are they just shiny?
That's what Sarah and I normally do. Mostly Sarah.
I can run an Arcana check.
So
Just a general idea. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, so while Sarah runs an Arcana check, I'm gonna take a sketch of this place because Larry would definitely love it since she might not be able to come see it.
Okay. All right, Arteme is making a sketch. What is Norok doing? G.
This time I'm actually going to wait outside.
Seriously?
Yep.
I need your giant arms to carry gold. I'm tiny. I can't even lift half the shit in here.
Pogo this for Sarah and Arteme. When you're sketching this, you can there's enough magical energy in this room that you can absolutely just feel it kind of coming off of everything. Same for Nazim. You guys can tell that practically everything on those pedestals is glowing of some form or another, with different arcane rills, different glows.
Do the pedestals look like they are solid, or do they look like they might move into the floor when something's... Don't touch anything on the pedestal yet. Let's make sure it's not trapped.
They look like they are stone pedestals that were built in this room, like they're made of stone bricks.
Okay.
Like they were brought in by bricks and then built in this room, and then the gold was poured over top.
All right.
Right. I'm gonna go grab the bag from Artemis, and she's sketching.
Okay.
So I feel like there's a chance if we start grabbing stuff, those doors might close. It just seems like this entire place is just one big trap.
I'm just gonna tell her not to let Pogo get his hands on the bag.
I'm not gonna get my hands on the bag.
Just a reminder.
Just don't. You don't try. You just don't try to steal my bag, and then I won't touch your bag.
Do we see a large boulder on a ramp in front of us?
It's not
Okay,
the bag I was trying to steal. It was to see if there was any other magical items that might hurt you that Eckert had. Because hello, terrorist, you don't just grab a ton of terrorist stuff without checking it first.
No,
it's a great way to get yourself killed.
It's fine. Everything's in the bag. I gave her the shoes. Wait, did I give you the shoes?
You gave me the shoes.
I thought you still had them. Okay.
No, he gave me the shoes because
I gave you the boots.
They wouldn't fit. Remember how when we first started and we said if like stuff is attuned, it's not going to shrink down to fit the person. So I'm like, I claim the boots because they're elven boots, and I'm an elf and they won't fit Pogo anyway.
Well, I already have elven boots. I don't need your elven boots. Look, and then I do a little dance and show her how I make no fucking noise. See? Look, and I tap dance. And I'm tap dancing and nothing.
All right. So, go ahead.
The keys are still in the door, right? So if the door closes, Norok can just reinsert the keys since he's outside and let us out.
Every time that you guys have moved through a door, Artemis said that she took the keys off the door. I was going to assume that that's the case.
I did say that too.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to go give the keys to Norok.
Okay.
And make sure he knows exactly where they need to go, and then go back into the...
While she gives him the keys, I remember that Norok is still holding the Ark.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hang out with my friend.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna whisper as he's walking away. The new guy is fucking weird.
All right, Fox.
Okay, well, guys, I'm pretty sure that the reason why he wants, and we're whispering, by the way, the reason why he wants the Ark is to heal whatever the fuck was turned him into what he is. Because it is a healing Ark. At least I'm hoping, and he's not trying to bring something else back. Like, I don't know, maybe the warrior that we...
Give me Pogo, Sarah, and Artemis. Well, Artemis just went AFK, or Fox just went AFK for a second. So Pogo and Sarah, give me insight checks. I'm going to go ahead and roll one for Fox, too.
God, I am really good at dishing it out. Terrible at taking it. I cannot read people.
Yeah. It kind of makes it extra funny that way, though. Like, there's a certain dichotomy there that is more amusing. Sarah and Artemis both, you don't feel like he's evil, necessarily. He definitely has chaotic energy coming off of him, but he doesn't seem like he's evil.
I think we trust him for now. Get to know him a little bit. I mean, look, we trust him.
Seemed really good last time we trusted that one blue lady who then... By the way, as I'm saying this, are the gold bars like on these... are they big enough? Are they small enough for me to put in my bags, or are they too big for me to even handle?
You could probably only put maybe 5 in your bag.
Is there... Okay, 5. So I'm going to put 5 gold bars in my bag. I'm not touching any of the other magical looking stuff, just the gold bars.
Okay. All right, well, you pick up the gold bars. There are, now that you're like specifically looking at them, on either side of it is a line of 25, that are 25 long, 4 high gold bars. Each of them weighs about 5 pounds, and you estimate each bar is probably worth a lot of gold. There's a ton of gold in here. If you estimated them, let's say if you estimated them at 250 gold or so each, it would be 50,000 gold in this room, not counting the other stuff.
The only other thing I could think of to look for would be any kind of crown. I want to see if there's a crown or some sort of... Now, like, I know it might be too big, but I'm just curious if there's a crown, if I see anything like that.
Nothing that looks like a crown. Specifically, the Wood Sage's chorus is a wooden, like a crown of laurels made of wood. I mean, if you guys looked closer at it, you'd get some more details, but you guys hadn't really taken the time to really look at it yet. Norok is holding on to it. Did you put it in your bag, G, or are you just holding it?
Oh, no, I would have, put it in my bag.
Okay.
And just keeping, like, a hand on my bag.
Okay.
You know,
Alright,
close to it
so
at least.
knowing that Pogo already grabbed gold, I'm going to put gold bars in the bag, so we know that, at least that's not setting off a trap yet before we try to touch these magic items.
Okay. How many bars are you guys taking total? Pogo took what?
As many as I could carry.
I'm gonna say 5.
Okay.
You know, because that's 25 pounds
And
worth
then-
in there, which is a lot for you.
You said a lot of items. Can you repeat the items that were actually besides
Sure.
the gold bars
Okay.
right there?
So, well, how many bars is Sarah trying to take?
How many bars are there? Because I have the bag of holding. So
There are 200 bars. Wait, 100 bars.
Jesus.
No,
so I
200
have
bars. There are 200 bars. Sorry.
like 20. Will that fit in the bag?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna stick 20 in there,
Okay.
and then I'm putting 5 in my own bag.
All right. Okay. And then Pogo, in looking at the pedestals, you guys haven't touched anything or tried to take anything off of them yet?
I haven't touched anything besides the gold bars, and even that
Okay.
I was a little worried about.
Okay.
But I'm
Yeah,
telling you, I
nothing
feel like
nothing seemed to
I'm
happen when you took the gold bars then. Fox, are you back? Okay. All right. Looking at the pedestals then, the northernmost pedestal, which Sarah and Pogo are standing by, it's actually slightly above what you could. It's too tall for Pogo for you to be able to actually see up there. So you're kind of just the stuff that you can see around the edge is what you're limited to. Sarah, on the broom, you can see a little more because you can fly up enough to be able to see it. So sitting on top of it, Pogo, you can see like the ends of 3 like solid gold dowels. It seems like you can just see 3 dowels just at the end of them sticking off the edge, and you can see what look like probably a pair of bracers that are sitting on the edge, and that's about it that you can see from the side.
How big are the bracers?
They're pretty small actually. They look like they would probably be, for the Iskill, probably child size.
All right. So I feel like if we're gonna do
Alright,
this, guys, maybe we should all grab a thing at the same time and be ready to run if anything starts happening in this chamber.
That sounds like a plan to me.
And then
What's
if
the-
we grab them, because we should do this, we should grab them and then immediately start running to the door as like just sprint. And then if we happen to get out of the door and nothing has happened inside, then maybe we can come back in. But let's just choose one thing.
Okay. Well, while you guys are having this discussion, what is Nazim and Norak doing?
I'm gonna go grab some gold.
Okay.
Because I would have been looking over there, because the door's still open, right? I'm assuming.
It
And I
is
can
right
see
now.
where I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna go in there and grab some gold. How many bars are you taking?
I guess maybe 5 or so. I'm not sure.
That's only
how much I have in the bag, so.
each bar is about 5 pounds. So however much you feel like you could fit in your bag without it tearing out of the bag and being able to still carry it.
Yeah, I'll take like 5.
That's only 25 pounds.
All right, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take like 7 or 8 of them then. I'll take 8
Alright.
of them.
All right. We'll call it 8.
on the broom,
Mhm.
what do I see on top of the pedestal besides the bracers and the dowels?
Okay. Give me 1 second. We'll come back to that. What's Nazim doing? You see Norak go in there and start loading some gold bars into his bag, and then he comes back.
Yeah, the whole time I'm just staring at the bag Norak has.
Okay.
And as he enters the room, I just shake my head like he's just, why are you doing this? I
Okay.
stand here looking through the doorway, just gently resting against the door in my hand.
Okay.
Not closing it or anything, not pulling it shut, but
It's actually it's like in the floor. It lowered down and it's in the floor, but you can lean on the side wall. The door, what would be essentially a frame of the
Are
door.
we all ready to just grab an item and get the fuck out of here? I'm gonna grab those bracers that are the basically.
Well, hold on,
like-
Sarah. So 2 things before that. Nazim was finishing what he was doing, and Sarah was trying to get an inventory of what are on the pedestals there. Is that Nazim's just watching? Taco?
yeah, just leaning up
Okay.
against the door, watching, just shaking my head.
All right. Then for the inventory that Sarah was asking, as far as she's floating above and able to see them all, that Pogo can only see a couple things on the edge, but she's on the broom can see. There are 3 golden rods, each is about a foot in length, and they're etched in reliefs of what must be these like Iskill religious ceremonial rituals on the outsides of them. There is a large golden amulet in the shape of the sun, kind of gaudy, with this thick golden chain. There is a tall golden canister with snakes that are entwirled around the outside of it. And then there is a pair of golden bracers that are kind of almost off the edge a little bit. That's what Pogo is seeing. The clasps on the braces are styled in feathered wings, like reptilian feathered wings. There is a smooth golden ring with an overly large emerald inset in it, like to the point where it'd be kind of uncomfortable almost to wear. The emerald is so large. Then that's it for this pedestal. The other pedestal that is covered in bottles There are 20 large bottles made of dark glass that are netted in this kind of like wicker grass material that's beginning to disintegrate. It just looks old. There are 12 vials of what looks probably like Stridose, but very old. Like maybe it's spoiled. Stridose is a potion of healing. There are 3 vials of what look like a mixture of liquids that are separated, like the way that if you mix oil and water, how there'll be 2 separate layers. There's brown, silver, and gray layers that are resembling kind of bands of stone almost. There are 3 vials of this kind of sulfurous looking, like smoky looking liquid, smoky black, but those are anyways. So those are mixed in, and then there's a large jug that is sitting in the middle that is about the size of like a 5-gallon bucket. That it looks like it's made of the same kind of dark ceramic material that those key objects were made of, and there's 10 different spigots sticking out from this big old jug. Each one is stoppered with a thick jade cork.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the sun pendant.
Okay.
Because I'm not dealing with like 10 to what was it? What did we figure out? It was like 120,000-year-old potions.
250,000 years.
250,000 years. Okay, there we go.
That's when the
Thank
Iskall were around. You don't know when this temple was made, but 250,000 years ago is when the Iskall started to die off.
Okay, so Pogo's going for the bracers, Artemis going for the amulet. I am going to go for the ring, but I'm also going to have Mage Hand ready to grab one of those smoky vials.
Okay. All right. And Nazim and Norak are just standing outside?
Yep.
Yeah.
Still shaking my head.
Okay.
Watching these guys trying to loot a tomb.
What was the other items? Because you said, okay, those the bracers, the sun amulet, the ring that Sarah's going after, and what else?
There's a tall golden canister with snakes entwirled around it.
Okay, I'm gonna
looks
grab
like
that and the amulet.
Okay. And then there was 3 golden rods also on this one that you guys are standing next to.
I'm trying to think. Would I? Well, Pogo probably wouldn't even see them really, huh? Because I'm trying to think. Do you think I would be confident being able to grab? I'm gonna try to grab a rod at the same time if I can see it.
The rods are good size. You could probably grab 2 of the 3 at the same time and still grab the bracer.
Okay, I'm not.
Those are the 2 things. Okay, yeah, those are the 2 things that are like near the edge that you can reach up and grab
I'm
onto.
not greedy. I'm just gonna grab one, and I'm gonna grab the things. to run out of here.
What else can I grab? I'm not greedy. I'll only grab
greedy.
one.
I don't want to overdo it. I feel like if I grab 2, I'll drop one. I'll slip on it.
Okay.
I know my limitations.
All right.
Alright, you guys ready?
Are you guys ready?
All right, 3.
Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, yeah. If you guys are counting down from 3, then okay.
3,
So go ahead, folks.
2, 1, go.
Go.
Okay. All right. Then you each reach up and grab.
Dash.
I'm gonna eeny meeny miny mo. Fox, roll a d100 for me.
Oh, great.
I picked her because she likes to roll real high, All right. You reach up, and each of you grab it all at once. Sarah, you try to use your mage hand to grasp the bottle from the other side while you grab the other 2. You only have one hand, remember, so you have to grab the ring and reach over to try to... Oh, were you just grabbing the ring on this side and then the bottle on the other? Is that what it was?
Yep.
Okay, all right, so you grab the ring in the one hand here then and use mage hand with your missing arm to grab the bottle from the other side. As soon as you all grab all of those objects and turn, you're like all 45 degrees rotated towards the doorway. Nazim, you feel the ground shake beneath you. You're not quite. Are you floating or are you on the ground?
I was just standing on the door.
Okay, all right. Then you feel it shift a little bit underneath you and then get stuck. It feels like it started to move and then it got stuck. And it's kind of pushing, under your foot, but it's only moving up maybe a half inch. It's like it's stuck on something.
At this time, I just start slowly clapping while staring at the 3 of them.
The 3 of you
just dashing.
Well, kind of half in place, turned. The door's not closing. It seems like it's stuck. Just like all of the. You're just going to run out. All right. So you.
Wait. Did you say like all of the what?
The spears, the same way that they're stuck in place and half of this place doesn't work. It seems like that. It seems like, this place has just shifted too much that they can't move.
So I'm going to put the items in my bag and go grab the... I'm going to grab the rods, the remaining one.
Okay.
The door's not going to close.
You grab the other 2 rods then. Pogo only grabbed 1, so you grab the other 2 rods. Pogo ran.
Yeah,
Very
I'm
cowardly.
fucking running to the... And then if I get outside the door, there you go. I'm going to look back And is anything weird happening?
No, you can see that the door, lifted up slightly. It's under Nazim's foot.
That's enough. That's enough risk for this little man. I'm fine. Come on, hurry up. Let's go. I want a nice night's
So
sleep
impatient.
and a warm bed and a cold woman.
I'm gonna grab the other 2 smoky vials.
Okay.
And then the three vials that look like they were the mixture.
The mixture, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you grab the 3 vials and the smoky ones, and that's it? You're not grabbing any of the others?
Well, the others were just Stridose and then that large jug, right?
Well, they're not. I mean, it's 12 of them, and they look like the right color of Stridose. They're just like darker and maybe old. And then there's 20 bottles of that smell like alcohol, and then the big old jug in the middle of it. And that big old jug, by the way, is a pretty famous style of it's a not common. What's what I'm looking for? It's you probably would have a guess of what it is. Sarah would.
Can I grab it for Leary?
All going in the bag.
Okay, that works too.
All going in the bag of holding.
Okay, so you're just grabbing all of that then, all the bottles.
Yep.
Okay, how about the other pedestal then?
Did we
Fuck,
empty out
what's on
the other pedestal?
I'm not even.
You grabbing everything else off of it?
Yeah, I'll just put it on the bag for now. We'll deal with it. We'll sort it out
Guys,
after.
you're making me nervous in there.
Oh my gosh, will you just relax?
Fine.
Okay, so
You
everything's
grab-
in the bag holding. I'll re-grab the bag so it's not too heavy for Sarah.
Okay. The bag itself has almost no weight to it, so even when it's full, so no
well
issue
then-
there. But she only has one arm, so that does help a little bit.
Yeah, so I'll grab it back.
Okay. Then I would say that Sarah, when you reached out with your mage hand to grab the other side, your sleeve did go slack at your side. Nazim was staring that direction. Nazim, you would have seen that the female halfling's arm did kind of deflate, and then she kind of refit, like she brought it back essentially. So you saw her arm, her sleeve. She's got a sleeve all the way down to the wrist with a glove, on it. The arm just disappeared, and it was just a slack piece of cloth, and then refilled again after she grabbed a bottle a second later. But you all grab the objects out of the room and make your way out through the door. Nothing happens. The door is still stuck in place.
Okay,
As
perfect.
everyone
So,
walks by, I just mumble under my breath, "You're welcome."
As if Nazim had held the door shut with his foot. That's why it wasn't open.
Good job, Nazim. I don't know what you did, but I appreciate it.
alright, let's go bury Teculeth and then head back to the room.
So many
Okay.
things.
Or, well, camp out, then head back to the ruins because,
Okay. Then for the well, the time being, anyways, you guys make your way out of here. Then I don't have a separate map to load, so I'm just going to put you guys on the world map for now. There's nothing else at the temple here you guys intend to do, right?
No.
Okay. All right, then I'll put you on the world map. You guys were so Omonalore was the archaeological site that Leary is at, which is south of you. So you guys have to pass there to get to the coastline anyway.
Oh,
So you guys came north from Omonalore to get to the.
I remember it wasn't that far.
No, it was
No, it
an
wasn't.
hour.
To here.
Yeah, it was an hour.
All right. So let's go back to your aunt's dig sites, and hopefully they've got some decent places for us to rest, so we can make that tree house. Nazim, are you not gonna lie, you're a bit spooky. Are you gonna be okay around other people?
Yeah, we're doing good. I'll just follow you guys.
All right.
That's inspire some confidence.
No.
Yeah, that would not inspire confidence in me. Yeah, we're doing okay. Anyway,
That's a long walk. Watch out. By the way, I'm sure maybe you know, but you gotta watch out for some of the plant life here. It might attack you. Once I tried to eat a fruit and it was filled with scorpions, so that's about how this place worked out for me. Do you like scorpions? You like bees? Do you like scorpions also?
Not a fan.
Ugh. Yeah. I was gonna say you might love this island. It's just, as far as I can see, scorpion fruit.
Scorpion-
So we
what?
remember the fruit that had like scorpion little creatures in it?
Oh yeah, the white fruits, the egg fruits, the kind of eggplants. Yeah.
Goddamn launder.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna make our way back and bury her on the coast.
Well, you guys, that's what I'm saying. You guys would have to
The coast
pass
is passed,
Omonalore
yeah.
first.
So
So I mean,
first.
you can go around. You don't have to go there. It's up to you guys. But you would be passing Omonalore, where Leary is, to get to the coast.
Let's
Okay,
go.
so what I'll do then is we'll go to Omalnalore, and then I'll take the bag from Sarah to go bury Tekulith, while everybody else just rests or does whatever they want. And I'll ask Norok to pass the course, unless Sarah wants to come with me to help bury.
Well, why don't we
heal your aunt, go to the coast, and then I still have my 4th level spell slot. It'll take us literally a minute to get back to the keep.
Because I was gonna go visit my parents.
Yeah, but we have to bring the chorus back anyways. So
Yeah.
it's not like this is the last time we'll be here. We just
True.
got shit to do.
Yeah, we'll be back here in a bit.
Very true. Okay, that works.
How do I? Okay, I'm just so that you guys as players have time to figure out what you might be doing. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that you, depending on your choices, will probably be coming up to a relatively short time skip of a month, maybe 2 months or so. So let's call it like around 6 weeks or so, maybe between 4 and 8 weeks here pretty soon. Okay, I'm going to put it to you this way, that your characters don't know this, but Maibi's recovery is going to take a little while. So during that time, we will be, you guys will have like downtime essentially for your character, so you can kind of fill in a little bit of gap of what they might be doing, and then we might have a session or two of that, and then we'll jump ahead to kind of catching up. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Sure.
So just keep that in mind. So that you guys
gonna
have.
Go to the beach, check out the ladies.
His skin looks like it's like almost sloughing off. It's so pale and like melty. He probably like would burn instantly at the beach.
It's got to get some SPF 200 on him.
Hey
There you
Nazim, do you want to use the chorus on yourself, or is there another reason that you want to use it?
Real quick, so Sako, when I told you that it was an arc, that's all you knew. You've never heard chorus before. You don't know what she's talking about. You gather that she does mean the arc, but that's as much as you know.
Right.
Is that your answer to her question? You're not going to answer?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear. What was that?
Oh, I asked, do you want to use the chorus on yourself or on somebody else?
Oh, I'm not familiar with what the chorus is, but
The arc, the thing that you keep staring at Norok for having.
Oh, I thought I just had a crush on him.
no.
Its full name is the Wood Sage's Chorus.
No need to use
That's
it.
Dr. Woodsage's chorus to you.
Okay, but so why do you need it if you're not gonna use it? Is it to sell it?
It's very important that I have it, for me personally.
Is it a religious thing?
No, not a religious thing.
Is it a sex thing?
Check.
No, I'm coughing. Go ahead, Becky. Oh shit!
Some people like feet.
It's just something I need
sex
to complete my journey.
Go ahead and make your insight check, Becky. He's telling the truth. It is not a sex thing. It's not a religious thing, and so on. Yeah, you believe him that he's telling the truth. There, he's just being evasive.
I'm curious too. Oh wow, okay, really?
Hey, and a natural 20.
Yay! But it's okay. Why is Will still quippy?
That's because it's funny to me. I wanted to have a count of your stats.
Yeah, but it's telling me I learned to count above 1. How is that? Like, I got a natural 20. Isn't it supposed to be encouraging me, not discouraging?
That's fair. That's fair. I wonder, because those are like the pre-generated ones. I wonder if some of them are either in the wrong one, because there's one when you got a natural 20 once that said, like your luck will get better soon enough or something like that, and it was a natural 20, so it didn't really make sense. So I wonder if some of them were just on the wrong table. But anyway.
Could be.
Well, okay, look. You guys probably aren't going to agree with the fact that I'm going to tell them this, but I am tired of lying to people because I got killed the last time I tried to lie to somebody. So, we have to give this back to the elves of this island when we're done using it, so I don't know how that's going to affect you.
I mean, you can maybe just live with the elves and be friends with the person who's making sure this is safe if you just need to keep it close. Like a blankie.
Maybe we'll figure something out. We have some time.
Sounds great. Let's get this done.
I mean, I don't want to be like the terrible person here, but besides your aunt, and I look at Arteme, the elves have not really been super kind. That last one stabbed you. The other ones, we had to just pull teeth just to get them to help us out. Held us at arrow point for, 6 times? The same people every time?
I'm just gonna look at him and say, if you knew.
Let's just take care of our own, and then we'll see what happens with this thing. But your aunt is pretty fantastic. She seems like a very nice lady. I'm sure your
Speaking
Mima
of-
is very nice too.
Speaking of, you have just about arrived back at the archaeological dig site of Omal Nalore. You can see Leary from the back. She's kind of off to the side a little bit. Doesn't appear to know that you're there, but she's kind of in the middle and she's looking over some documents while somebody's standing next to her, kind of leaned over while she's jotting into the book.
I'm just gonna poke at Pogo and say, there's a reason not all elves are very friendly.
And I'm just gonna scream, Lilith!
She immediately kind of looks up in your direction and a big wide smile crosses her features. Why is this not fucking working? I got it working again 2 weeks ago and now it's not working again.
That's what she was saying.
Oh,
It's like, because your legs don't work. That's what happens.
it's just the theater thing though. I had it working again, even though it's not supposed to work anymore. It was broken by an update. But apparently it's broken again. Damn it.
Okay.
That sucks.
I'm also gonna look at Norok and ask him, hey, did you want to try using the arc or want to let me?
Hey, you're gonna try to use it? Are you hurt, big guy?
We should probably let Arteme use it since she's the one that heals most of us.
Yeah, somebody with much more magical ability than my zero. So
I'm not sure this is like a thing you just use. I think this is a thing that takes time.
I'll hand it to Arteme.
It is.
I'm not
You do
sure
know it
anyone
will.
specifically needs to use it. It's
It
just,
will. Well, no, it definitely has to be used by at least one person, but multiple people can. But it does have to be attuned to somebody first, either way.
Oh, okay. And how long does attunement take?
An hour.
Okay, so I'll attune it, use it on Leary, because we'll have to use it on Mighty, so there's no point in anybody else attuning to it, unless Sarah wants to use
Oh
it.
yeah, no. Just
And
do it.
then,
You do you.
then go bury Teculus' bones, and then come back and put the treehouse up.
Why don't we relax just for one evening, and then we can do it first thing in the morning?
Because a few thousand years trapped in there, being woken up by everything, is probably painful enough. I really don't think she'd want to wait any longer than necessary.
If you guys are going to use the arc, I'm going to watch it intently as you use it.
While
Okay.
he's watching the arc, I am watching him.
Okay.
And while she's watching him, I'm gonna see if there's a drink somewhere that I can have.
I totally thought it was going to be while she's watching him. I'm just sniffing her arm, like when you were trying to smell her arm. Really.
Actually, I am going to. While they're doing that, I'm going to sit down and I'm gonna step back from the group for a minute in a bit of an exhaustion. I'll just keep an eye on the overall. I'll be like 20 feet back, sitting down, relaxing.
Okay.
Watching everyone do their
well,
thing.
by this point, as you guys are having this discussion of what to use with it, Leary has made it over with her wheelchair. Nazim, you see a pretty normal-looking elven woman in a wheelchair with a blanket over her lap has kind of wheeled up through this very rough, uneven dirt to make her way over here.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna grab the Wood Sage's chorus if Norak is like just putting it like on his palm or something, and then go give her a hug. And
Yeah,
put her...
as soon as she gets close, she's already like, hands. As soon as the kind of last shove of her wheelchair gets her within range, she kind of throws her arms open and she's smiling wide. I was getting so worried. You guys have been gone for, and she kind of looks down, at her wrist as if she's wearing a watch. I don't know, like what, 5-6 hours? What happened? What did you find?
We ended up going through the whole ruin.
Her jaw drops. The whole. You don't mean it for real?
Uh-huh.
But how? I mean, I don't know if you remember, but we were there for 2 whole days when you were a kid. What did you do?
Well, one of the ghosts woke up because what were they called? Come on. The terrorist group brought Inudum were in there and woke up the spirits. So we were able to find the keys and open up the doors. So I'm gonna give her like the sketchbook I made for her, and give her back her necklace before I forget because she would kill me. And yeah,
I don't even know what to say. I'm in shock. I have so many questions. Do you guys have to be off so soon? Can we we could sit down and you can kind of tell me everything you saw?
Sure. And here, I'll also give her the keys to it, but I will give her a warning that there is a lord in there, and it might not be easily dealt with. So she wants to go check out part of it to be extremely careful.
So the keys, each one of them is about an 8-inch plate. Like you're literally piling her up with stuff like up to past her boobs at this point of just stacking shit on her as she's like sitting in a chair.
Okay, they would be in a bag to be more specific.
Well, fine. You're still stacking shit on, a crippled lady, but
yes, good point.
Stacks on stacks on stacks.
She would be happy about it. Come on.
Oh, she's not complaining. Yeah. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm gonna, as soon as I hear the whole just come in. Do you have time to just tell me everything? I'm gonna be like, seriously? Did you get that? And I'm just gonna turn to like one of the guys next to me who has no idea who I am. Be like, did you hear that? Absurd.
I'm just gonna look at him.
A random person that's working on digging holes.
I'm just gonna look towards Pogo and be like, see, enthusiasm for ruins.
But I personally love this place. I'm thinking about making a vacation home back at that ruin. It's that beautiful.
Oh my god.
Leary looks at you. She's like, "Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I will absolutely make sure we get a tent ready for you, and pickaxe. We'll teach you how to dig. This will be an adventure."
I'm just gently gonna pat her head and say he's kidding.
She kind of the smile fades a little bit. She kind of just grins a little bit. All right, so Artemay, are you going to spend time with Leary for a bit then?
Yeah, so I'm gonna use the Visage's course, spend time with her, and then go
you
off
can't.
to
It takes an hour of focus to attune.
Right.
You can do it during a conversation. So
it's also getting late.
By now it's 6:30, 6:45 at this point. So it's getting late in the evening. It is fall, by the way. So I mean, the sun is down.
Okay.
And while they're having that conversation, I'm going to take a look at those bracers that I got, and I'm just going to fucking put them on.
All right.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just going to put them on my arms.
You put them on. You don't. They definitely have arcane energy flowing through them. You can't necessarily identify how they work.
Tingly.
But they do. They fit you. They actually would be for the Iskill. They would have been one of the earlier, more the juvenile phases of their kind of evolutionary, stages of life. But they do happen to fit you okay. They're a little bit big for you, but they still fit. They basically cover, wrist to elbow the entire way, not just, half of the forearm or anything.
Do you guys like them? They're shiny, right? Aren't they made of metal?
They're literally fucking solid gold with a solid gold wing for a feather.
Do you like my bracers? Look at those. They're super. And then they're so heavy. Look at them. They're so pretty, though. Gorgeous. Do you guys like
You're
these?
not going to check and see if they're cursed first?
No, why would I ever...
I could have identified them first.
Yeah.
Those could have been bracers of violent fap.
And then I'm just going to... I'm just going to
beat off till his dick's bleeding.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend to just be like, just kidding. No, they're fine. They're heavy, but they're fine.
As they've been on for a minute or so, you quickly adjust to the weight of them. They don't feel so heavy anymore. They're definitely still solid gold, but they feel light. They feel quick, for lack of a better term, until you guys spend some time analyzing. Arteme, for the sake of simplicity, do you have specific things? Do you have a conversation you want to have with Leary? Or are you guys just catching up and you filling in on specific details you saw inside?
I'm gonna fill it in on specific details, especially like the sketch of like the life phases, and then explaining like the curse and how the tyrant, like how they killed their elders before they became tyrants, or were supposed to, and like part of the history of it, and then like especially the treasure room.
Okay. She is just in total awe. She's actually got a little, like, her eyes are a little bit little sparkly, like she's like holding back tears at how surprised and proud of you she is that you kind of went in and gathered all of this information that they've been trying to gather for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Your culture, of course. And she just seems extremely proud of you, and just can't believe the treasure trove of information that you managed to take out of the place. What we'll do is, for the sake of simplicity, then, Fox, if you have specific things you want to discuss with her, by all means. But otherwise, we'll say that you spend probably 2 hours or so with her total, and we'll include the attunement time in there. Okay. Okay. So then, while Artemis is doing that, what are the rest of you guys doing to kind of kill time while Artemis is just fawning over with her aunt of all of these stuff you guys did?
I'm going to attune to that sword. Check it out.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and while wearing my bracers, I might as well just take another short rest, and I'm just going to relax. I'm going to ask. I switched off my headset, so it might sound a little weird.
Yeah,
I'm just going to go ahead and ask one of the workers around if they have a general area where I might be able to grab some ale, or if there's anything that I might be able to grab a drink off of.
You see a dwarf who is like packing up for the night. It seems like he's just finishing up whatever, the little area he was digging at. He's just taking his supplies and kind of, gathering tools and so on. He says, well, we've got our little tent back here. I was going to go get a drink myself if you want to come along.
No, sure. Yeah, I'm going to relax for a little bit, and I'm going to follow him, and I'm going to have a drink, and I'm going to roll 3 more d8, or just to get my hit points up, might as well.
Okay.
And that's what I'm doing for the next hour.
Okay. You guys, during this time, you can attune to an item while you're taking a short rest, for example. So if Norok, if you want one as well, go right ahead. Same for Arteme. I just put the sort of stolen hours in the chat, G, if you want to. I know it's already there, but you can see all the details of it. Specifically, the one that I wanted to point out for you, G, on the last one, the last bullet point there. What that does is, you remember, so basically if you make 2 consecutive hits in a turn, in a 1 6-second turn, and that does include reactions too, by the way. So, if you miss with one attack, hit with your other one, and then do get an opportunity attack or whatever, that would still count. You would still get 2 within that same 6 seconds, which would get the charge, which would make the heart there's a heart shape that's in the hilt of the sword, and it lights, it'll start to beat, it'll start to pulse when you get the charge successfully pulled. Anyways, you can spend that charge to do any of those other things, but the last one is you wouldn't get another hit, but your next hit after you use it would have a 20% chance to crit instead of a 5%. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
So it'd be 17, 18, 19, and 20 would all be crits for that one. Go ahead, Sako. You're saying something?
Oh, I was just going to say that I'm always trying to keep the arc just kind of in sight, whether it be from a distance or whatever.
Okay.
But, I'm just going to kind of keep to myself in quiet reflection, and I look a little worried, but at the same time relieved. So it's just more of a moment of quiet reflection as I just watch them use this arc.
Okay. When you got back to the group here, or to this archaeological dig site, there's people all around. They're almost all elves with a few dwarves mixed in. Would you remain looking like you do, or would you alter your appearance?
I would keep myself the way I am.
Okay. All right. then there's enough shadow, especially with it being pretty much nighttime anyways, that you're not drawing too many eyes, but there are occasionally people that kind of walk by on the nearby paths and so on to make their way back to whatever lodgings and so on they have, that occasionally you get a weird, kind of an odd look, and then they just continue on their way.
I'll make sure it doesn't bother me at all. I'm just so intently focused on that thing that it's just...
Then you watch Norok kneel down and then kind of sit cross-legged with this big, just ridiculously awkward, too big to be useful, great sword laying across his lap, with made of black, like a really dark steel. And there's a heart shape, like a black steel heart, made into the hilt, at the crossbar on the hilt, with a big ruby in the middle of it. And he's just kind of intently staring at it. Looks like he's focusing on the object, trying to learn from it. What's that yes for, Becky? You said yes?
Oh, no. Sorry. Fox had...
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was whispering her because I just wanted to clarify something, so I'm going to go look for her after spending time with Leary to go put Teculith to rest.
Okay. All right, then what is Sarah doing? So we're still in this window of 2 hours, so that's what Nazim and Norok are doing. Pogo's going to get a drink. What is Sarah doing?
Okay, so you were cutting out when you were describing Nazim, so he's Vabian and he looks illithid?
He looks like a Vabian human his skin is sloughing off. The description of the melted people that I've told you about on numerous occasions, that's what he looks like. It looks like his skin is melting off of his face, as if his skin was made of wax, and it's melting off.
I thought he was an illithid.
Okay, so hang on. He's not an illithid. He's a human that is in the middle of ceramorphosis, which is what to become yes. Yeah. So the same way that Olowyn was in mid-ceramorphosis, although she was an elf, not a human, he has those same kind of features. He has that same floating, same kind of levitation.
I think we were on the same page then.
Okay. Everybody get it now that that's what he is? That he's basically...
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Which is why he has that Azol energy coming off him too, by the way. Presumably, that Sarah had pointed out. Yeah, Azol is the Chaos Rail.
I like to call it ethereal swag.
All right, what, Becky?
All right, then I'm going to step away from and I'm going to contact Ozzy with the Stones of Arth.
Okay.
So we got the Wood Sages Chorus. It'll probably be a day, maybe two, till we get back. We have a new friend. He's a Vabian human, and he looks like he's in the process of becoming a lithid, I think. His skin's kind of melting off, but he doesn't seem like a terrible person.
Ozzy is a Vabian human too, by the way. Ozzy is he is a Vabian human. He's just not.
So is Maybe.
Yeah, Maebi's a Vabian human as well. A lot of people are. It's pretty common in this. Well, less on Gwynsera, but yeah.
Going, there's...
Yeah. Him being Vabian could raise eyebrows when you're, surrounded by the Vabian military in the Crow Fort.
Yep.
You get a reply saying that news is incredible. I'm so glad that you recovered it. Why so long? Why can't you come back sooner?
Why can't we? I mean, we can.
Exhaustion?
We're a little tired, and we're kind of trying to fix Artemis' aunt for a second.
And then, a few seconds go by. All right, do as you must. The sooner you make it back, the better. But Maebi is stable at the moment. I don't expect that she'll, pass in that duration. Just, make it back as soon as you can. And also, good job there, Sarah.
Thanks, we'll be back as soon as you can. And then I'm going to spend the rest of the time trying to identify this massive pile of stuff that we have.
All right, go ahead and tell me which ones, and then we'll make our rolls to see if you break the bauble.
Oh, God. Right.
Pogo is gone with his bracers. He went to go get a drink, so...
That's fine. I'm going to see if Artemis will give me the amulet so I can identify
And the snake item? Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll start with the amulet.
Okay. You sit down and sit cross-legged over by Norok, who is still studying the greatsword, and holding the bauble against the amulet, and then riding in the air with the quill. Just open air. Go ahead and roll your Arcana check.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't break, and you managed to get some information from it.
Oh no, that's just a D20 is the if it breaks.
Oh, so that was the one. Okay, so that was +6. All right, so it's a 6. Okay. D12 to see if it breaks. All right.
Whoops, wrong
Well.
one. Sorry, no, it's supposed to be a
Well,
D20, not a D12.
Yeah. And oh shit, it was a 20. Damn, I saw the Wilo and got hopeful for a second. I thought you got a 1. All right, yeah, 5% chance if it breaks. So you, the bauble seems fine. You feel it kind of resonating in your hand, but it doesn't crack. The information you gather from this, it feels like this amulet. If it's worn, it doesn't need to be attuned, but as long as it's worn, meaning it can't just be sitting in a bag, it will prevent divination magic from identifying where you are. And detecting you, so it won't help you, hiding in the physical world. But if someone's trying to divine your location, or scry on you, for example, it would prevent that from working.
Awesome. All right.
It's called an amulet of proof against detection and location.
Oh, nice. Okay, for when we add items, like it doesn't give me the option to tune stuff.
It does, but it's in the edit item and the edit part of it. Is there a specific thing you're trying to attune, Fox?
Because I added the Wood Sage's Course to my inventory because I tuned it, so I'm just wondering how to mark it.
Let me find it for you.
It's under equipment, if that helps.
It does. There it is. All right. Under the details tab, there's an attunement. So you go to the details tab, and then there's a box that says attuned, and you check that.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it'll have a little like a sun icon on it when you have it attuned. Is the only thing you have attuned is a Cloak of Elvenkind, really?
Yeah, that was the only thing I had attuned. Okay, did that add the star?
Oh, nice.
No,
Nice.
it didn't.
Here, I'll do it for you. There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. All right,
Okay.
that's all set. So you have the Amulet of Proof against Detection and Location. What's the next thing you're trying to check? Each one of these is 11 minutes, so you theoretically could get through the majority of them at least. Assuming you're doing it as a ritual. The ring. Okay, go ahead and give me your rolls. Okay, so it doesn't break. I guess if you're doing the ritual, go ahead and give me an Arcana check anyways. Another? Oh, and it's a 1.
Oh my! Oh wait, but it re-rolls 2 another
And it's
one.
another 1.
Seriously?
Oh, that is fantastic. Yeah, Fox is rolling great today, and you're not doing so good.
I like that it literally says consider being a halfling in your next life.
Oh, which is perfect because it actually was the reroll too. It's a smooth gold ring with that really much too big emerald inserted into it. It feels like the little that you can get from it, you'll need to retry probably. But it feels like this stone. So it's not the ring; it's really the stone that's in the ring. It feels like you'd be more skillful if you were to attune it and use it. You want to retry the ring, or you can try something else?
Yeah, screw it. I want to know what this ring does.
Okay.
So Arcana.
All right. You don't need to re-roll. That's fine. And it's a 2. Oh, it's an 8. Okay, it looked like a 2 because it probably hit the other die. You figure it out the second time. You spent about a half an hour or so identifying these now. It is an Iskil Stone of Mastery. And what it does is, if you attune yourself to it, or whoever does attune to it, will add +1 to their proficiency for everything they do. That means +1 to a lot, to attack rolls of any kind, spell DCs, athletics check, anything. Anything you're proficient in, you get another +1 on top of it for everything. That's of this entire lot. It's probably the most valuable thing.
Out of curiosity, since I have Jack of all trades and I have added proficiency in everything, does that count, or just the things I'm actually proficient in?
That's a good question. I would probably have to Google it a little bit to see if that would be a fair
I would
thing.
be okay with
To see how broken it would be.
Yeah, because
it would literally give me +1 on
everything. Yeah.
thing.
Well, it'd be literally +1 to every single roll because you can't have a half roll, so it would still roll up or round up. You gonna try another one? You've spent about a half an hour total so far.
Yeah, I'll take the full hour. So I'm just gonna do one of the dowels because I'm assuming that they're all identical.
Okay. All right. The golden rod, you kind of have the glass bauble held against it, and where you are holding the bauble against it, you feel it click slightly, and you look down while you're still kind of riding in the air, your eyes still kind of glowing in this arcane light. You look down at the rod, and it feels like there's a button beneath where you were holding the glass bauble to. You lift it away, and sure enough, there's this button, and as soon as where you pressed it on accident, it's just floating in space. The rod is just floating there, as if it's locked in, in some geometrical orbit, just stuck there.
Sweet.
I will tell you that two of them, you check the others, having gathered what you expected this is. You gather the second one, you press the button, and it does the same thing. It locks itself floating in space. You grab the third one and press the button, and the button falls inside, like it's broken, like it falls inside, and doesn't snap back up, and nothing happens. Feels like the third one's broken.
Okay, but it is gold, so we can at least sell that one.
It's still enchanted. It's still radiating magical energy. It just needs to be fixed, it seems.
Is that the one that I grabbed?
I didn't specify, actually. I didn't think about that, actually.
I
Pogo
bet I
has
have
one.
a broken one.
Probably.
Okay,
luck, right?
so we'll just get it fixed when we go into town.
Yeah.
Go into town. Oh, sorry, I'm not there.
And then there's what else was on there? The golden
the canister.
was on there?
Yeah, a tall gold canister with snakes encrolled around it. And then the bracer, which Pogo has.
Right, so let's do canister.
Okay, and then you still have all the jugs, or all the bottles and the jug as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Right,
once we bury Teculith, you'll have to see what her skull could do. Because she said her skull.
You also have Ekrid's stuff, too. You guys got a shit ton of loot out of this.
Right, yeah, but doesn't
and
Pogo have
insane
everything
amount
else
of gold.
except... Oh, yeah, I would give her the boots to see what they actually do and tell her to get the stuff from Pogo to identify too.
I'd say by this point you're actually in the middle of doing your own
Right.
attunement. So at this point you probably couldn't tell her that, but you guys can handle that later if you choose.
I would
The
have probably told her
canister, though,
before then.
Okay. The canister, though, you as just before you even start the ritual to study, you realize that there's like a lid on this, like a thermos almost, like a screwed-on lid on the top. And when you undo the lid and look inside, there are tiny semi-ethereal snakes inside of it that are like slithering around in a big pile in the bottom of this canister. They're not real; they're like ghostly, and you kind of re-secure the lid on it. But when you finish the analysis of this, the arcane analysis, it's really a quiver. It's like a bolt case. And it produces up to 30 or so bolts per day. And how it does so, and you verify this because it seems so strange after you first finish it, is when you reopen the lid again after you finish the ritual, one single solitary snake slithers up the side of the canister up towards your hand where you're holding the lid. And as soon as it exits the canister, it starts to solidify into this metal. You kind of move your hand away, pulling out first a bolt, but the second time you do it, it's a full-length arrow. It seems like you can do either size. A solid metal bolt with a snake wrapped around the around the outside of it, rather, and they look like mastercrafted bolts that will do a lot of. It seems like they would hurt a lot if they hit something. A lot of poison damage on top of their regular damage.
Okay.
I keep having to make arrows. That would be heaven.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, shit. What else do we have? Well, all I have right now left are the bottles, then.
And the jug.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll start with those.
Okay.
When you blow on the jug, it goes.
Warm today.
Man. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna...
Warm yesterday.
Warm yesterday.
Okay, that's anytime I like see one of those old timey jugs with the 3 X's on the outside, or somebody talks about that kind of jug. That's what that's immediately what comes to mind is a warm today. You rolling, Becky?
Jug first.
Okay. All right, rolled good enough. It is exactly what you thought it might be. This is a jug that it's quite large, so it's like awkwardly sized, except for maybe Norok, especially if he was a big fan of mayonnaise, for example. But this giant jug with 10 different spigots that are kind of almost like a flower, like kind of arranged around the outside. Each one is stoppered with this like thick jade, but when you pop one of these open, each of these spigots pours out a different liquid. For example, it can do oil, ale, wine. I think whiskey is one of them. Mayonnaise comes out of one of them. Like just a bunch of different liquids out of this jug that you can pour out of water, like pure water, salt water. I'll grab the specific details of it. But basically, each of the spigots will pour out a different liquid, up to a certain amount per day. But essentially, an unlimited supply of all of those liquids.
Is mayonnaise really considered liquid? Or was that just...
You're cutting out a whole bunch there, Fox. One more time.
Oh, sorry. I think you said mayonnaise. Is that really a liquid?
Yep.
So it's a big alchemy jug, is what that is. As well, I'll go ahead and tell you that those are simple enough analysis, especially at your guys' level. The 12 vials of what look like Stridos, they are spoiled Stridos. Seems like they still have they would probably still function and that they would still heal you. There may be kind of unexpected side effects, but 12 healing potions that would get somebody back from being unconscious could still be useful. The 20 large bottles are some ancient wine that is long since kind of turned to vinegar. Don't know if those would have much use. They don't really seem magical beyond that. The 3 vials of what looked like a mixture of separate liquids that were brown, silver, and gray layers. Those were they feel sticky, like the liquid feels sticky, and you're pretty confident that if you were to kind of rub that against your skin on your hands and your feet, you could climb walls, for example. Sticking to the walls. It's not something you drink. It's something you kind of rub it on your like lifting chalk, essentially. Let's say. The 3 vials of this kind of smoky black liquid, those are, they turn this bright red, like fiery orange when you agitate them. Those are potions of fire breathing. And that is all of them.
Awesome.
Pogo at this point will have stumbled back into this ridiculous trove of trinkets.
There's a little halfling that is surrounded by bright gold shit and bottles, like all the way around.
I'm just going to sit down next to her and be like, what are we even going to do with all this stuff? How are we even going to do it? It's going to take hours to figure out how to, who's going to use what?
It'll be fine. Give me your arms. I'm checking out these bracers.
Oh, I thought you were going to be sweet for a second there. All right.
Okay. Okay, I also disconnected while you were guys talking about, like, the big thing that I was doing, like, different liquids. So, back to my question. Is mayonnaise actually a liquid? And what kind of alchemic purpose would it have? Because that was just like random. Yeah, that's what I found random. I was like, what? Yeah. And then I DC'd from Discord and then kind of reconnected.
Liquid. It's just a heavily viscous.
Well, technically, I mean,
with enough friction.
I think glass is even like considered a liquid.
That's not even you think. Form. That's for glass is a liquid and it actually is flow. Even in its solid form in your windows, glass is still flowing right now. That's why if you look at windows that are like old, ancient windows, even a couple hundred years old, the thickness of the glass.
They call them amorphous solids.
Yeah.
That's what
they are super slow viscous liquids. But even like 200-year-old glass like windows, the width of the glass at the top is thin, and the width of the glass at the bottom is thicker because it's flown down over ages. But anyways, it is considered specifically for the sakes of this object, yes, because it is basically just oil and eggs anyways. So it's still kind of it is a very viscous liquid, but it is a liquid technically.
Okay, because I was just wondering the relevance, because to me it seemed like random, so I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, it's definitely random.
Jug of many liquids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if we're at a carnival and they have some a hamburger and you don't have anything to put on it? Or what if, heaven forbid, what if they give you a turkey sandwich and it's just dried bread and then turkey and then bread and nothing in between? This is going to save our life if that ever happens.
You could choke, This could.
Actually, honestly, I mean, that's dangerous.
You know, if you need to squeeze through a tight space, we'll just rub you down with mayonnaise and away you go.
Oh, you kept you at a good time.
Greased up Pogo just running through a tunnel. That's a good idea.
You know what? There's gonna be a time. Can you imagine how hard it's gonna be to grab me? I was literally earlier this morning wrapped up by a snake. If I was covered in mayonnaise, I would have popped right out like a little cork.
All right, so Sarah, while you're having this discussion, Sarah's trying to focus on the ritual of studying this bracelet that's still clasped on your arm, by the way, while you're wildly flailing your arms around, telling your story with your hands, and making this very complicated and hard for her to do. Sarah, in finishing the studying of the ritual of these bracers, they are bracers of speed. What they would provide is that you feel like whoever's attuned to these and using them can. Where it might normally take most of your focus for your, for the moment of time in combat, meaning it might take an action normally to dash. Normally, you can bonus action dash. And while also, if you do that, if you bonus action to dash on your turn, anybody trying to, any provoked opportunity attacks to hit you would have disadvantage.
So what do they do? What does it do for me?
I literally just said it.
No. I want to see how Sarah says it.
Okay. It's like, you fucking asshole. I literally just described it for like 10 seconds.
Yeah. That's why I like in our game, I like giving you the item and just hearing you describe it.
Yeah. It is more fun that way.
Mm-hmm. So, in other words, you can make your attack and then dash instead of having to dash instead of attack.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And if anybody tries to hit you while you're running away, it's going to be harder to hit.
Oh, this is actually very handy because I am not that fast normally. So this is actually going to be very, very good.
Had you done the boots?
Nope, that's the next one.
Do they look anything like my boots?
They look very similar to your boots, in fact. They
So-
may have even been the same manufacturer.
So if these see these ones, and I'm gonna drop my little hat of disguise, so there's everything that looks normal. See these fine boots right here on my feet? They look like that, and they're basically, I don't think anything can hear you. You don't make a sound like I was doing earlier with my tap dance. You can wear those, and you won't make even a whisper, unless you whisper. Your feet won't make sounds. Your mouth still makes sounds. Am I not making that clear? I'm not sure.
Nope, perfectly
Like if you do
clear.
this, people will still hear you.
I almost want to give Sarah disadvantage on her rolls while Pogo is just constantly chattering, trying to identify these. But sure enough, what he's describing, does seem accurate, that these boots will mask any sounds one might make while wearing them. You can even run in them and you won't make sound.
Okay.
They're boots of elven kind.
All right, Pogo, where's the rest of Eckerd's shit so I can identify this stuff?
Fuck,
This would be
here we
amazing,
go.
Paired with the braces of violent fapping.
Then you could be silently fapping.
Alright, so let's see. Here's all the stuff that I grabbed off Eckrid's. I don't know. Here's a bow. Here's that crazy dagger. Oh, still's got plenty of your blood on it.
Oh, yeah.
There. This is a good thing we're taking next week off. You're gonna have to fucking.
Yeah, I gotta
Would
code
you-
all this shit in here.
You're gonna have to build
Yeah.
all this. Yeah.
Yeah, the sword's the only one that I did. I mean, I have the rest of it all. I have the notes for it. I just didn't put
This
the
is
items in yet.
just so you know. This is definitely an insane amount of loot that
I figured
was not
though,
expecting.
you guys haven't had like a big loot haul in a long time, and also with Sako joining, this kind of gives you guys some stuff to spread around a little bit. And then also, it was just considering that dungeon took you guys 6 sessions to get through. You guys deserved, a good haul out of it. You also, by the way, the number of gold bars you guys took is 9,500 gold.
Oh, nice.
9,500 gold just in the bars that you guys took amongst the whole group. So, and there's still, you could potentially go back and get more. There was literally 250,000 gold in there. So,
Well, we'll keep that in mind, guys.
yeah, but you will have to, potentially deal with a ghost again on your way back.
Are you kidding? We could just put this on right now and fucking take one night's sleep and go murder the shit out of him. We should.
Well,
we
that's,
could-
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, he could come back. So.
If your aunt wants to actually explore that place, we could just go and destroy everything. We could even take our time and just tear that fucking giant dinosaur corpse apart. That'll separate the bones.
Bone by
maybe
bone.
turn it into like little. We'll sell it to some people in the east. They'll use it to make, virility. We'll make our own virility powders out of the bones of this giant Trask creature.
Oh shit! I didn't see that gif that you put in there, Saga. That's perfect.
Or we could turn it into.
Look at Discord, Justin.
Oh yeah,
That's what your bracer is. Did you see it?
it's perfect.
Oh my gosh! Monk seen it and started lapping his head off.
All right. So with the let's see, which one were you doing next? The ring or the dagger? The others don't appear to be magical.
Oh, was there a ring?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a ring and a dagger.
Oh, sorry, I thought there was a bow and a dagger.
There's a bow too. It's just not magical.
Okay, so let's do the ring first.
All right. The ring, as you study it, the information you've gathered from it is that as soon as you slip it on, from the moment you slip it on, you have to be attuned to it anyways, but if you put it on, it won't work. You have to not be wearing it, and then you slip the ring on, meaning it'll take an action to put the ring on. But the moment that you do, you will turn invisible and remain so for the next 10 minutes, including any activity you might make, as long as you don't draw blood of any kind, yours or theirs. Meaning you can make an attack action and so on, you can do anything else, but if you draw blood, yours or theirs, then the enchantment will fail. And you can do it once per day.
Okay.
That could be pretty useful.
Yeah, for 10 solid minutes, including actions too. So, whereas normally an action, whether it's an attack or not, an action might break the invisibility, as long as you don't...
Open doors. That's
Yeah,
good.
or anything that doesn't draw blood. You can still attack somebody and not draw blood. Grapple and so on.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Pass balls.
You should.
Yeah.
If you're talking about what they do, we should give that to Norok. Could you imagine an invisible Norok just going around, just crushing people?
Well, no, because he would have to draw blood.
No, he just crushes them. He literally just squeezes them.
Which would be
Well,
blood.
yeah, they draw
Or
blood.
he
Yeah,
could-
they cough up blood.
Yeah.
Or he could hit them with a phone book.
A bag of oranges never makes a
bag
bruise,
of
right?
oranges.
Hang on. With the boots of Elvenkind, but with the boots of Elvenkind, I'd be quiet and I could easily just sneak up on
Well,
things.
being quiet isn't the same. Oh, you mean with that?
Yeah, if I plus that, it'd be like
As
I
a
could
man
do a
who's,
lot more.
Who's been invisible and silent before? It's not like an end all, but I mean, if the thing is, imagine Norok being able to sneak up on someone and then just fucking hammering him into the ground.
Okay,
Like even
but-
if he became visible afterwards, that thing's probably half dead.
Okay, imagine how much I wouldn't have almost died like 20 times on a scouting mission if I had this.
It's fine. No, you can have. I just
This is
think that-
before you joined, but I almost died on a scouting mission trying to be invisible, and because I think somebody put invisibility on me, and then I put pass without trace. So I was.
Yeah, you're talking about when you went behind enemy lines with the Amora?
Yes.
And
Yeah. Okay.
Norok over there just almost got murdered by a giant boulder.
Yeah, he did. That big ass Fomorian threw a rock at him.
Okay. Yeah. So if I would have had this then, I would not have almost died 20 times.
I'm gonna tell you right now, those eyeballs would have still seen you.
Yeah.
But
All right,
I'm
tell you
not
what, guys,
saying it's not
because
good.
we're overtime anyways. You guys can spend the next 2 weeks arguing over who gets what. And just for fairness' sake too. Sako. So let's say we'll put it this way: out of narrative, of course, Sako will be playing with us, of course. So if you guys want to,
Cool.
share things along with him too, that's fair. Because
Well, what's
in
funny
narrative
is-
you may not trust him yet, but
These are all. It seems like these are pretty much almost all attuned items for the armor and weapon type stuff. So we'll have
A bunch of
more
it
than
is,
enough
yeah.
to go.
Yeah, no, I'm just teasing though about like the stealth mission stuff, but it would be useful to keep on hand without it like for a stealth mission. Okay, so how many
hang
things?
on. There's still one thing left, and Sarah had already rolled for it. So let me explain it. So the dagger, the one that was actually used to kill her, literally stabbed her through the heart. Well, knocked her unconscious, anyways, nearly killed her. Is very sharp and better able to make an attack connect. It'll jab through armor better. There is a small rune on the side, Sarah, that when you rub your finger over it, it kind of lights up in a dark green color, and poison begins to soak out of the blade. The poison remains for about a minute or so, and then it will just kind of suck back into the metal of the blade again. If you hit somebody with it, it will do a lot more damage than you would otherwise expect as the poison courses through them, assuming that they don't shrug it off. And it's able to be thrown and so on.
Well, I might have to keep this since it, killed me.
Yep.
Oh, it's like a memento.
The quiver, does that have to be attuned?
No, that one does not.
Ooh, okay. Can I call dibs on that just because I use the bow more often than anybody else?
I don't care.
No.
I gave my bow away, so.
And I
Yeah.
have this crossbow, but I'm fine with, this is fine.
Okay, perfect. So other than that,
So-
yeah.
I like to use my mouth.
What I'll do, guys, is I'll just put a list in Discord for you guys, and then you guys can, figure out who wants what and so on. What we'll do then is we'll pick up here. It'll be 2 weeks anyways, of course, because like I said, we're out of time already. So we're not playing on the 12th, but that means we're back on the 19th. Everybody good for the 19th?
Yes.
Yeah, I should be okay for the 19th. The
Okay.
12th is so that Saturday night, so we're releasing their game on Tuesday on Kickstarter next Tuesday.
Wait, the 8th? A couple days from now?
No, not next Tuesday. The Tuesday after.
Okay, the 15th?
Yeah, the 15th. So that Saturday, I'm going to be crunching for stuff.
Okay, no problem.
Super falling behind and everything.
I was gonna
All right,
say
guys.
then maybe we could do Sunday, but then if you'll still be crunching, that's
Nope,
okay.
I'll
We'll
be
go
almost
for December. We'll just go. Obviously today we'll play the 19th, and then we'll play on the 2nd, which is the day after New Year's. Does that work for everybody?
Word up.
Okay.
Cool. All right, guys. I'll put the notes in Discord. Fox, I'm going to put some stuff in there specifically for how the ritual with it probably won't be tonight, but how the ritual with the Wood Sage's chorus goes for Leary. And then, because that'll be kind of a one-off that not everybody needs to be directly involved with if you want. And then we'll pick up here on the 12th, guys.
Sure.
Awesome possum. I'll talk to you later. I'm going to go
Night, everybody.
download that game, Dragon Quest. Hey, Sako.
I think I'm going to too, so what's that?
Sako, I just want to say it's a pleasure having you, and I very much enjoy your voice. I like Sako's voice. You remind me of the guy from Critical Role. He's a druid in the season 2.
I would have went more with a nasally balloon deflating.
You're kind of like the nasally. What's his
You
name?
mean Taliesin. It's Taliesin
Yeah.
you're talking about, and he's played. It's a cleric. It's a grave cleric, but I knew who
Like
you
a
meant,
cleric,
yeah.
and he's a Mulbor.
Furbolg.
Furbolg.
Yeah.
I always forget that. Yeah.
You know what's funny, actually?
Furbolg.
Sako's character in one of the other campaigns is a Furbolg as well, actually.
Oh, yeah?
And he literally made a grave cleric. He made a grave cleric Furbolg exactly like Taliesin is in Caduceus.
Cool.
So, anyway.
All right, guys. Well, I'm cutting out. You guys have a good evening, and we'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Night, everybody.
Night.
All right.